Welcome everybody to episode 8 of Blood and Silver here on Hard Knock Dice. Campaign we run every Wednesday, except for last Wednesday, because I felt like shit. You can also catch our Cross Eberron campaign, DM'd by my awesome longtime buddy Jonesy, on Saturdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are Hard Knock Dice support charity, and we're currently raising money for the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta through Extra Life. I'm sure you'll see the link in chat here in a moment. Be a hero and help some kids, donating a literal lot. All goes to a good cause. And now, to the recap. You'll hear me coughing my way through, I'm quite sure. The wondrous city of Griffin, one of the 4 great cities of the world, has suffered a slow subjugation by its more powerful neighbors. What started as guidance and mercantile partnership has evolved into something far more insidious. Talks of annexation have sparked a rebellion, and it is in the service of this rebellion that our protagonists find themselves in their current predicament. Introduced to the leaders of the rebellion, the self-titled Order of the Dawn, by a mysterious mutual acquaintance named Kiel, they were given space in an abandoned theater as a base of operations and assigned their first mission, which they completed with incredible violence. Performing some chaotic reconnaissance to gather information on their rebellion's assassination target, General Spiros Rokides, the charming bardic student Serafina caught the eye of his brother, Alikos. Their good fortune took a turn for the worse when an unknown armored figure butchered Roderick's friend, leaving an ominous and cryptic message amidst the carnage. Their leaders were made aware of the murder of the eerie Knights of the Circle that took place at around the same time, adding to the confusion. And here, with more questions and then answers and the risk of bloodshed on the horizon, we rejoin our party, which is split, with half of the party keeping an eye on the neighborhood where Roderick's friend and prior employer was found dead, and the other half back at the theater. Party. Get to it.
If I recall correctly, we were in the middle of actually talking to Lei Feng and Valentine Pesca.
Conversation.
Do what?
That was the last thing that had happened, but I was under the impression you'd wrapped up the conversation.
Oh, did we? I thought we were still trying to figure some shit out with them.
Well, we definitely stick to it. I did not watch the last 30 seconds of the last.
If I'm incorrect, by all means, feel free to correct me.
No, we finished the conversation, but you and I didn't have any next steps. The last thing we did talk about was Gaia's shopping trip. That was literally the last thing that was said in.
Brilliant. So, Gaia's shopping trip. You got the things you needed. You also, don't forget, you have the silver message box, which will be good for, I think,
32 hours.
Yep, it's 8 hours per spell level, so that it can be retained.
All right, cool beanie weenies. We got that I'm trying to remember timeline. Dude that died on Jordan Row was murdered sometime night-ish, or was that in the morning? No, they came looking for us. He said he came looking for us in the morning. It wasn't even at night
late
yet.
Morning, yes.
Late morning. And then the body of the Knight of the Circle of Eternity, and his what was it? Just the Knight of the Circle of Eternity who was killed, or was it him plus some other randos?
Yeah, it was just the Knight.
Just the Knight, and he was murdered early in the morning.
They estimate that it was sometime in the morning. There was no specific time because they didn't find him till the afternoon.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's bad. Wrong character. That is bad. That's also the wrong character. French.
You'll get it.
Is bad. Yeah. Shit. I guess I should ask. What Lei Feng and Valentine, what is, regardless of whether we did this or not, what are the implications of this event?
I thought it had been covered last time, but regardless, we'll go ahead and restate. The implications are that the enemy will be more aware and more on their guard, and in order to find the sword, the Knights of the Circle, at least, will be seeking the perpetrator.
Right. But they will not necessarily be seeking out this group specifically. They have not had anything to tip them off of this people's existence.
Not that we are aware at this time.
All right. So it's still bad. But as long as the sword is not present in any here within the Seven Jesters or in any other safe houses or anything associated with the rest of the council, then it is welcomeable, as if nothing else.
I'm sorry, I was busy coughing myself to death. Could you just recap that last sentence?
As long as it's not in here within the Seven Jesters or any other safe houses they have, or could be located like in association with any of the council members, the situation is still workable.
Right. I think he was just saying that the overall level of caution on the part of the enemy is higher at the moment.
Of course.
And they'll be snooping around, and in the nature of snooping might find something y'all don't want them to find.
All right. Shit.
Well, what that means is that any kind of lines of questioning that we do will just have to have even more subterfuge around it. I think for now, you and I still go to the Drake, still have those conversations with our new best friends, and have to trust that Gaia and Roderick will be able to take care of themselves and utilize the Fox if they need us.
Dude. Hopefully that there will be no immediate attention drawn to Dildan Row. That should probably be one of the last places that they would look to find someone who had murdered one of their own.
Right, and as long as Roderick finished mending the wall, then there's even less evidence that people were there.
Except for the fact, oh shit. Except that it is commonly believed by at least any place where logic is mentioned that he is a demon. In a lot of places in this city.
Right. But based off of what information that we've gotten from you, Lifeng, this knight was bisected. Roderick doesn't have a sword. He uses a hammer.
I don't know if they will care.
I know, but I'm trying to stay positive right now.
As positivity is wonderful. I think simply that perhaps just to Lifeng and Valentine, and if a run-ill similar to the ones that came and informed us of the tragedy in Dildan Row could be sent back towards Dildan Row to inform Roderick and Gaia that they need to be extra unobtrusive. They need to not be seen, they need to not be noticed, if at all possible, because regardless of whether their intent is to guard them, if these knights and the rest decide that this demon, he must have been the one to commit the crime, then they will come marching into Dildan Row and hurt whoever. It will not matter to them.
I see. We were unaware that your compatriots had stayed behind at Dildan Row. We will send
there was a grisly murder and a note left that seemed like they intended to repeat the act, if not a specific threat. They thought it was a good idea.
As they agreed to send a runner to inform Roderick and Gaia what happened, they don't know about all that, so they will ask to be filled in the details. Because I believe y'all showed up and it immediately turned into discussion about the other stuff.
So. Y'all killed somebody! Fuck, we did! Like, I would have told you!
They send that runner off. It is not the same one as he is already posted back up over there, but they do send someone.
Gotcha. Perfect.
And upon being informed about the details over there, I am not sure that there is a connection, but it is definitely odd that these things happened in the same period of time, give or take.
Probably fairly close, it seemed.
Now that we all have more calm heads on our shoulders at the moment, it's possible that the murder on Durden Row and the murder of this night are not even connected to what we did on the road. We don't know for sure. We do know that there was some stuff that Roderick didn't let us, like that in Roderick's past, that even Apollinaire and I are unaware of. We just know that there was a clear dislike, to say the least, when we fought the first night. Looks like there's some sort of vendetta, to say the least. But it's possible that they don't even know about this, what we're doing. This could be completely unrelated. So as long as we tread carefully, continue doing what we're doing, I think we can still keep going.
Of course, we will have to keep going, but it is a fool's errand to make assumptions. So until we have something confirmed in either direction, we will keep our minds open and continue seeking more information. We have eyes and ears in quite a number of locations, and we should be expecting the information from within the Citadel in the next day or two. And Madame will be back with her report as soon as she can. Maybe that will shed some light on it.
All right. Seems reasonable to me.
So I have much to do. I will leave you with Lifeng. And he gives you guys a curt nod and is already going through a sheaf of papers as he heads down the stairs. Well, we are in quite the predicament. Just kind of staring at the war table you guys have set up, but thoughts clearly elsewhere.
Did we inform the council or those council members present within the Seven Jesters about like the military hullabaloo to be going on in some days?
I don't think directly, but with their network of
Right.
information, it's definitely on their radar.
Right. Okay. Fudge muffins.
Yeah.
Alright, so regardless, we will still go to the inn and see what further information we can find, or perhaps even Rukidis himself, if we can see if he'll be spotted. I mean, presumably he will be making an appearance. I believe he'll be making an appearance there before this demonstration.
Mm-hmm.
Good a time as any, and I'm sure that the Sunderlancers will be, or the rest of the Colossi. I'm sure that they will know. They will have heard about this event. Perhaps they will let something slip while we are there.
I remember correctly, y'all had planned to attend the bar on the evening that Spiros kind of funds the pre-game party for the big military training exercise.
Right.
Unless Apollinaire needs Seraphina, Seraphina is going to excuse herself to track down some music that is Karathi in nature, and basically practice some Karathi tunes, track down Maximilian, and hang out until we leave for the Rowdy Drake.
Gotcha. It is still early afternoon. Shouldn't be too hard. You'll have to go out and probably find like a music store or something, instrument shop.
Yeah.
Get some of that tune, then you'll be practicing it while hanging out with Maximilian, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Easily done. A shilling for the music.
Yeah.
or I say a shilling, silver. We use
A what?
shillings for silver in my Friday campaign. I apologize. So, what about you, Mr. Apollinaire? While she goes off to
Oh,
acquire this music and
boy.
get ready for the evening, what are you going to be doing?
Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh. I'm gonna do the really dumb thing, and I'm gonna
Okay.
kind of yeah. Somebody's got to do it. And I'm gonna make my way to the area of where the knight was reported as murdered, and just see what's going on.
Gotcha. All right, that'll take you a minute to get down there.
Great
So
success.
we're gonna hop over to the other two just to check on them for a second.
Okay.
Other two, we're checking on you for a second. What you up to?
Immediately separate so we can have a 4-way split in the party. Perfect plan.
Love it. Nothing can go wrong.
Well, are you still there when Gaia comes back from her quick shopping trip?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Gaia will just kind of walk in. Is the body still there?
That's a good question.
Unless you are specifically trying to get it kept there, it will not still be there. If when the people come to retrieve it and you tell them to fuck off, then it will still be there.
No, they could take it.
I am back, Roderick. I have everything I need if we need that spell.
Yeah, let's give it a shot, man.
Did you want to leave a message?
Well, I feel like if we want to stay here, we don't need it. But if we have to go somewhere, it might be nice to have on hand.
Okay. So we are friends, right?
Yeah, of course.
Do you have anything to tell me? Is there anything that I need to know while you're here?
What you mean?
I mean, is there anything about like Durden Road that I need to know about?
I mean, there's plenty of stuff about Durden Road you probably should know about. It's a pretty nice place.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you do not like eat each other.
What?
They do that in some place. I read in my adventure books.
Folks eat each other. No, can't say folks been eating each other in Durden Road. No. It's been mostly stews.
Dude.
Is that part of the spell? We had to eat folks.
Oh no.
Okay.
Thankfully not. I do not know any spells that are like that. But do you know why they call you a demon?
Oh, yeah, right. Well, I look scary, and people don't know what I am.
Do you look scary?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty tall, and I'm on fire, made of big black armor. Pretty scary, I think. Well, I mean, I've been told that. I don't think I'm scary to myself.
I don't think you are.
Well, that's
I
good.
just think you're tall.
I think mostly it's the horns and the flames. Demons have horns and stuff like that. So, demons. I think it's kind of a cool name, honestly.
The demons I have met, they don't always have horns.
Oh, yeah?
Hmm.
You meet a lot of demons.
They may not call themselves it, but
Oh, shit, you're being serious.
uh,
Mean demons?
I mean, some people, they may not actually be demons in that,
Oh, all right.
like, you know, make the deal and be very bad and torture people, but some people, They're rotten inside, like a demon.
Yeah, that's true.
Like whoever did this to your friend.
Yeah, probably not a pretty nice fella.
Well, do you want to l- I do not know, look around? Maybe I know we have already looked, but maybe they hid something.
Oh yeah, we can, you know, do some more investigating, I suppose. Um, I guess it couldn't hurt if we uncover something.
All right.
I'll start poking around and looking under things and doing, I guess, a more thorough investigation of the small little minutia.
So
These
looking around
dishes aren't.
the murder scene.
Yeah, I guess maybe the whole place in general, or kind of like a more detailed, long-winded search of things. Or like, he had Cheerios. He hates Cheerios for breakfast. Someone was here.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me either an investigation check each or one at advantage.
Guidance.
Are you making me roll one at advantage? Okay.
But advantage with guidance, apparently.
Advantage with guidance. Okay. All right.
So if you're going to be doing like a super detailed one, it will take like an hour or so.
Sure.
Be-
Wait,
up?
before you say the result, am I able to give him guidance and do my own search?
We're going to have to say one or the other. Well, okay. You can do your own search, but only one of you can benefit from guidance.
Oh yeah, I give him the guidance and do my own search.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let me roll one more again then,
Sorry.
because I don't know what that was. Okay. It's still bad. Okay. 12.
13.
13.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to leave you guys as y'all are poking around, looking under tables, doing the super hands and knees detailed check. Mr. Apollinaire, you were traveling down to look at the other murder scene.
Yeah, man.
You're heading down. As you get close, there is a noticeable increase of soldiers. Not just like the soldiers of the governors or whatever wearing the tabards of the city, but just actively wearing the tabards of Altus. As well as when you finally draw close, like within a block, you see a couple other Knights of the Circle.
I will steer very clear of those guys. At least
You sure
a
you don't want to get?
a solid 30 feet at least.
You sure you don't want to get within like a
31
15-foot
feet.
cone or something?
31-ish feet away from those guys.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that means you're not getting in the alleyway.
Oh yeah, no.
As there is one there. There's a cluster of 7 or 8 soldiers. You see a Franz Lin agent. You see a couple of the actual like Griffin law enforcement, like the like investigation section, like the ones that look into things. So not necessarily like Billy Club wielding, but
Right.
representatives of the watch.
About how many Knights of the Circle do I see total?
2 out and about and 1 standing in the alleyway.
It's only about 3.
Yeah.
Would beg to reason that a lot of their total number would be here, right? So, okay. Apollinaire is not a police investigator. But he is a well-read man.
Okay.
I'm gonna start just while giving a wide berth to all the Knights of the Circle, and obviously trying not to draw attention to himself. I'm gonna walk around and see if the perpetrator returned to the scene of the crime. Anybody looking shifty?
Make a perception check.
Hell yeah. Oh wait, no, I'm not good at this. I'm actually very bad at perception. My side isn't what it used to be, Sonny.
Oh wait, no, wrong character.
Yeah, wrong character. Still an 18 though. We take those. That would be a 29. Elsewhere.
Not good, Adam.
No, it's an 18. I rolled a 16 plus 2. Plus 2. Other
Oh.
character has a plus 13.
I
Very
was
different.
like, what the fuck? Like, what do you
Very
mean?
different.
All right, yeah. So you look around. There's not many non-law enforcement people hanging around. People generally don't want to be involved with the Knights of the Circle.
Oh yeah.
So with them showing up and kind of taking charge of the investigation, everyone else seems to have, for the most part, fucked off.
Fucked off.
Yep.
Unfortunate.
There's probably a small handful of busybodies,
Mhm.
kind of, goosenecking, but
I
that's
see.
about it.
I
And
will-
they all look like city gossip types, not like I've
Right.
returned to the scene of the crime.
Yeah, nobody's over there in a
ooh,
dark hooded cloak with like a mysteriously like sword shaped package
Yeah,
that they have like,
scar
on their
over
back.
one eye.
Yeah, scar over one eye.
I will say, and I'm
You're
going
like
to
9
ask,
o'clock shadow
high or low?
beard. There's what? I'm sorry.
High or low?
High or low? Always high.
In this particular campaign, I will always ask,
That's
because there is a chaos factor here.
you'll need
um,
to ask Kylie.
So, you are present while they are loading up the body. I want you to make me another perception check.
Look. I don't see so good. I didn't bring my bifocals. They give me
See how much
advantage.
you can get out of this.
That is cocked. That is less cocked. 4
Is your total?
is my total. I rolled a 2 plus 2. This is why I need my readers.
Apparently. You don't really see much of the body at all. You're on the wrong side of the cart as they load it up.
Fuck. I see.
Or you don't, actually. But
I don't see. That's unfortunate. Well, I definitely am not going to stick around overly long. I was hoping maybe I'd get here and maybe they wouldn't be just all standing up on top of the scene.
No.
But, you know.
I will say, this is not tied to a perception check because it is something
Sick.
easily observable.
Fantastic.
None of the knights look the same.
You mean they're not clones? Like, or what are we
No,
talking
I
about
mean,
here?
like, their armor looks fairly unique, and they are all wielding individual weapons. There's no uniform to their armor or equipment.
Does it
the only
all
thing
look
that
like
marks
old as
them-
shit?
They're all wearing full face helms. But it's like design-wise, like you could pull like random suits of armor. The only thing identifying them as what they are is a crest on the front of their armor and the cloak.
Christian, do you mean like the style of their armor is like completely different?
Yeah.
For each one? Like it looks like they could come from different countries?
Just about, yeah. Like different countries or different arms manufacturers or whatever. There's not a
Right.
a consistency. It's not
So-
like this is the knight armor.
Right. So from what we know of how they're enchanted, they found suits of armor that had what they wanted, regardless of where it came from.
I mean, you don't know. I mean, I'm not saying they're not
That is a
all
conclusion
styles.
I'm drawing. Okay. And are they all?
They're all.
armed
I'll
with
go ahead and tell you,
greatswords?
they're all local style, but they're not the same style.
Gotcha. Okay.
No, they are not all using great swords.
They're not all using great swords. Are they all using swords?
No.
Interesting. Just just for my like how I'm gonna label them, since I know there can't be a ton of these guys. What weapons are these three each using?
There's one using a longsword and shield.
Okay, sword and shield one.
One using a like great hammer type maul looking thing,
Okay.
and one using a spear. And the one in the spear is the one with the spear is the one in the alleyway.
So we got sword and board, maul, and spear. Just a spear, no shield.
Yes, just a spear, no shield.
Let's see. Maybe if that'll be maybe interesting, decent identifier. We'll see. Maybe not. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna stick around for overly long. I don't want them to go, "You old man, why are you hanging out here for so long?"
They walk a little too close, and then we have to get into Tails Fire
Oh
really
man,
quick.
that would be really rough. They can take a lot of damage, and I can only cast Fireball twice. Ah! Okay. Oh yeah, and they can counterspell. They have 3 counterspells. Shit. That's a lot of counterspell. All right. Yeah, I'll fuck back off to the 7 Jesters at that juncture. Because I believe the plan was that even though Spiros isn't going to be there, myself and Seraphina, we're still going to go to the Rowdy Drake to be like, yeah, we're not total randos. We've been here the past 3 days.
Y'all were going, yeah, y'all's plan was to continue to go there leading up to the celebration.
You'll blend in. Hell yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, I've
So you
seen
head back.
some stuff, and I will leave. That place is scary. Boys looked at me crossways.
There's no fun in asking you guys high or low if you always ask high. So I'm going to instead ask the investigation squad D100 or D20 because I gotta have something to ask you. We have
Oh,
to have
shit.
some kind of chaos factor.
Oh, give me the Hyundai.
More number
give me the
equals
bit.
more gooder.
give me the Benji dice.
You got Cody basically a golf ball. Like one of those D100s.
Oh, you mean
I will say.
God damn it.
And what were the results of y'all's checks?
12.
13?
12 and 13. All right.
Yeah.
So with the result of those 3 dice, y'all's checks and the D100, this is what you turn up with a little over an hour of doing a little bit more of a check. The destruction within the forge area was extensive.
Mhm.
And based on your knowledge of, just things because you are a craftsman at heart,
Right.
with what y'all turned up together cooperatively, no one swinging a greatsword should do this. Even a really strong person. Like things were moved out of place. Boards were chopped through. Things that would require a great more force or consistency. Like you can chop through a big, wooden pillar, but it's going to take more. You're going to have like evidence of chopping. There is no evidence of chopping, just kind of splintered from one direct hit. The anvil was split.
Oh, okay. So does this seem
There
like
is evidence of excessive force beyond what a person swinging a great sword should cause. That is
So
what you
this-
get from your investigation.
this seems like some sort of supernatural thing then?
which leads to what I'm gonna do. I would like to ritually
what
cast
is- what?
detect magic.
Okay. You
Also
cast
means
detect
I have
magic
to-
as part of the tail end of this investigation. There is no magic or magical residue currently here at the forge. Except, your friend who is like a fucking laser beam of magic. So
It's like fuck off.
Go stand outside while I do this.
Yeah, so long. I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you do not see any other magical residues.
Well, it seems really weird. So this guy just kind of went ape shit insane, I guess, and just started swinging away at everything with, I don't know, the force of something crazy. I mean, he split the anvil in half. What kind of sword can split an anvil in half? Right?
I mean,
When you make swords on anvils,
do humans typically are they able to do this?
no. I mean, I can't do that. Even if I used a sword. That's a little crazy. So,
I mean, I didn't feel anything when I checked for magic.
right. Well, he must be pretty easy to find, because if he can do it with magic, then he's got to be like 20 feet tall. He's got to be like a giant man or something. He probably just stuck his arm in there and wiggled it around until my buddy was dead. And then I wrote on the wall.
What was the profile? Did people say they saw this individual leaving? You said that it was a person in armor, right?
Yes.
That he was just a medium size.
Yep. I mean, like a big medium size, but still medium size.
Like how big? We talking like 6 feet or like,
Somewhere
Goliath
between
are
6 and 7.
technically
He's not-
like 7'2". They're medium creatures.
Absolutely fucking not in this world.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was not Goliath size. It was below 7 feet for sure.
Okay. But like NBA.
They probably were like, yeah, it was kind of tall.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, he said he was a big guy, but that's kind of excessive, right? And for him, if he's not leaving any magical residue, for him to do something like that and still be just on the bigger side, something doesn't add up. I don't know. I'm not one for investigating stuff like this.
I can't say I've done too much. I'm pretty good at finding things, but
You think if maybe he was using magic and he's also an anti-magic, fella, if he just like scrubs away all the magical residue, if he like,
I'm going to interject real quick because both of you have access to detect magic, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, okay. This is something that y'all would know. In order to leave a magical residue, something has to do more than just be magical in the area. They have to use magic that affects the area.
Okay.
So a dude, and like, based on the way you're describing this, a dude that was just like magically juiced up wouldn't necessarily leave a magical residue.
So an
He has to
enhanced
cast magic that affects the area.
right. So like an enhanced ability would just be kind of undetectable versus maybe like a shield of faith or something being more of like something that would leave a.
Even a shield of faith. Now, if he
Okay.
cast like a spell on the area, but anything like,
Okay.
for all intents and purposes, anything that's like cast on self or anything like that isn't really gonna
Gotcha.
do anything.
Okay.
I mean, you would be able to detect it if it was going on near you, but it's not gonna leave a residue.
well, I mean, it happened a little while ago. It took us a while to get here, so he had to be using some kind of magic, otherwise this doesn't just make sense. Or he was like I don't know, some sort of half man, half gorilla. Is that a thing?
I have not seen it before. I mean, the world did speak.
I'll ask Apollinaire.
He does know a lot.
He's old. He knows all kinds of stuff.
Does this house, is there more than one way to get in?
Oh yeah, it's a back door, and the front, where everyone comes in.
So back door, front door, and then underneath, kind of like you know how a carport is, where it's got like the roof and maybe like one wall, but like 3 sides open or 2 sides open.
Oh, okay.
The forge area is kind of like a carport.
Gotcha. Okay.
So like the side connecting to the house itself and the back wall where the actual forge part is, those
Right.
are walls, but then the front and far right side are both open. And then within it, they have like, sections for like the anvils, the rack of tools, etc.
Okay.
All the barrels of oil and water, yada yada yada.
Well, I mean, if this guy's going around and I don't know, I mean, maybe he wasn't a knight. Maybe this guy was being hunted. Oh wait,
We don't know about the night yet, do we? Yeah.
No, as a matter of fact, y'all should be getting the runner either around this time or you will be very shortly. I'm trying to like run the 3 different timelines we got going on.
I ponder to myself for a few more moments.
So at some point in time, shortly towards the tail end of the investigation, because they had to travel back, and then the runner had to travel over, but then y'all were investigating for an hour, so yeah, approximately at the end of your investigation, you would get that information.
Okay. What specifically does the runner say?
It tells you, I have been instructed to inform you. Oh, by the way, I'm a friend. I've been instructed to inform you that there has been a murder that perhaps was connected to this. It informs you about a circle of the night was found dead in the 4th layer. Was bisected entirely in half, and that originally they believed it to be you guys, but that Apollinaire and Seraphina had counteracted that original assessment. And that to be very cautious because both the City Watch and also Alton forces and the Knights of the Circle separately, because those are all separate factions, are going to be on a higher level alert and actively investigating.
So,
right. Well, I'm glad you came and gave us the good news. But
It is good because, one less Knight of the Circle, but bad because high alert and stuff.
right, and I mean, if this knight guy got just cut in half by some other guy, and then that lines up with a super guy doing all this stuff to the forge, so if someone who doesn't like Altus, or just doesn't like anybody, I guess, because you'd figure it'd land on one side of or the other in this situation, right? But you don't like folk like me or folks that are crazy.
did they find his armor on the body?
Yes, although it had been shorn through by the whatever cut him in half.
Is it maybe the person that came here changed how he looked? I think you can do that with some magic. I don't know how to do it, but
I do not know what you can do with magic and what.
well, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Big Robot Man. Big Mental Man.
Right, I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's some kind of stuff you can do to change what you look like. You can go invisible, so why not, give yourself a hat or something?
Well, he may have given himself more than a hat, made himself
Right.
look like a Knight of the Circle to hide his identity. It
Yeah,
may
makes
be
sense.
it's maybe a woman.
Okay. Well, the person, I mean, it could be a woman, sure. Is there any, you got someone in particular you're thinking of?
Not that I know of that cut through metal and people like their water.
Right.
The messenger does make his leave, as it is poor form to be seen speaking with you guys.
Oh, right. Yeah. Bye.
Goodbye.
So we got a magic dude who doesn't like Altus and a or dudette, I guess. Hello? Or less.
Hmm.
So,
Definitely.
I mean, this guy or person seems to be just, I don't know, trying to kick up all the hornets at the same time. You know more about the world than I do. Are there any people out there who hate folks like me and you and also hate Altus?
I, while I know about the world a bit more than you, I don't know much more than you. I wouldn't see why not. I've seen that people tend to find any reason to not like other people, and so why not say I do not like the Altons and do not like you and but I have my magic and I will go and kill people because I do not like you.
What if they just heard the rumors and this, he thought that, you know, he was actually harboring a demon? Like, this guy's just actually going around looking for demons and he's a pretty cool guy. Hmm. Well, I guess we can wait until we get more information. Or, you know, Apollinaire and Seraphina will do their thing, I guess. We'll hear from them eventually.
Yeah. How long do you want to wait here? I mean, obviously we can't stay forever.
Right. Well, I mean, I can't really do too much around the city, and these people need someone to keep them safe if someone's going to come back, right? So I'm alright to stay here for a little while.
I mean, if you do not think that Dirty Row is safe, then we could make our home here and just travel back and forth.
I am already there. I mean, I pretty much live here, except for the last few days, so.
It is just an idea, but I would not be opposed to it if it makes you feel more comfortable. But it would put danger on your row.
Well, I mean, I think they're already in danger, right?
But to
Anyway, go ahead.
our base of operations based out of here would be more dangerous.
Right, yeah, from other folk and stuff, not just from this crazy fella.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I can stay here for now, make sure nothing happens tonight, and, you know, when we have to do some business or things need to get done, obviously, I'll have to go take care of that. But for now, you know, I can hang out for the nights at least. Since I don't need to sleep or anything.
Just to streamline this a little bit,
Yeah.
how long are you planning on staying here in Durden Row, keeping watch on things?
Until this person comes back or until I am needed for a task, I guess. I don't think Roderick would just like, well, he didn't show up after 6 hours. You guys got it, you know.
I don't know if it was gonna be like overnight for one night, or you're gonna be staying there for 3 or 4, or perpetually, or what?
Yeah, I'd probably be staying there for quite some time unless there was some other outside force that would cause me to do so or lead me to believe that this individual had moved on or whatever the case may be.
Gotcha. Okay, so gonna leave you guys there for a minute just so we can keep chugging along with forward progress. Seraphina and Apollinaire. Apollinaire, you can do whatever you would like to do when you get back. Seraphina, you have been practicing / entertaining Maximilian. Is there any last things as y'all prepare to head out for the evening? It is approaching dinner time, after which or around which time would be the appropriate time to head to the Rowdy Drake.
I can't think of anything.
The only thing that Seraphina would do is change into probably her most elaborate outfit. So she comes down the stairs to meet Apollinaire, and she's in a copper dress that shifting colors, kind of like the fur of a fox. And it's more... it's unlike her bard clothes, which sort of covers her shoulders and things like that. It's a little bit more risque. That's not the correct word, but just more showy. And in that instance, Apollinaire actually sees tattoos that Seraphina has across her chest and on her shoulders. And sweeps down, goes, "All right, Apollinaire, shall we go find our new friends?"
I suppose. I am sorry, I do not have anything so lovely, but so I'm a little odd-looking pale, but...
You're my
Okay,
great uncle. You're escorting me. It's appropriate and proper.
Of course.
I was gonna say, she's got an extra dress she can lend you. It'll be just fine.
I do not
Sure.
think that I will wear it quite as well.
And for the sake of propriety, walking through the streets, she throws a long coat, purple overdress on top
A
of
shawl
that.
type thing, or
Yeah.
easily done.
Nice.
You dress to the nines, while Apollinaire dresses to the 4s or 5s.
Correct. I dress like a regular human being.
And
Or,
y'all make your way
gentlemen.
to the Rowdy Drake.
Sick.
Before we get too deeply into this, as they're heading that direction, Roderick and Gaia, anything that y'all are doing that'll intervene in the next few hours?
Probably not. After our investigations concluded, Roderick might take some time to go check in on folks and try to assure some people. So just kind of doing a round or something along those lines. Nothing in particularly.
Gotcha. People are definitely shaken up.
Yeah.
But shockingly enough, it seems predominantly the reaction you get is more one of concern for you. You get lots of apologies for your loss. They know you don't eat, but they do offer food for Gaia. Bits of their home-cooked meals. Offer you a place to stay for the evening once it gets dark. They know that you don't sleep, but perhaps a more comfortable place to wait. Just so that you're not going to be in an empty house. Lots of neighborly concern. A little bit of fear, a little concern,
Gotcha.
but they seem mostly interested in you.
All right.
And Gaia.
Yeah,
I'll
just be
just.
sitting on your shoulder.
That's a warm seat. Also, my head emanates fire.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
Get a
Gently
couple
singed
singed hairs and just be like,
The wafting smell of burning hair following around Roderick through Durdnero.
Yeah, so that's kind of how
Yeah,
that plays out.
Gotcha.
All right, well, let's get to it then. It's party time. Or not quite party time. It is evening out on the town time. Party time is in another day or two. You guys get there. It's busy. It's not packed. It's not wall to wall. It is most of the tables are taken. There is the kind of low buzz of conversation. People have had time to, have their first or second drink. A lot of people are still eating because of the time that it is. But it is that same kind of close-knit feeling of community y'all got last time. These are the Karothi people, and this is their place. There's a few strangers, but the strangers there are also comfortable and accustomed to the familiarity, that same kind of neighborhood bar feel that y'all got the first time. Oh, there's a cat there. Kimon has a cat. It's now canon.
Sounds about right.
All right.
So the very first thing that Seraphina does is walk in and look for Alikos.
Mr. Orchid.
Does not appear that Alikos is here yet.
Okay.
Like I said, y'all got here like semi-early around
Okay.
dinner time.
So then I think I take Apollinaire's arm and lead him sort of in the middle of the room, like to an empty table, and order us food and a beverage, and just like gently vibe until my new favorite friend comes in.
Gotta gently vibe as opposed to violently vibe. Yeah. It's a silver to eat. I don't know if y'all are drinking or not. But it's not go okay. What are you doing? Probably less than an hour before you see Alikos still in his work uniform.
It was
Come
one of
in.
those days.
Yeah.
Oof.
Comes in, looks a little tired, kind of slumps down, doesn't seem to see you at first. Kind of takes a bar seat. A couple of his companions with him as well. Kimon, I will have just a beer and something to eat, please. Just whatever you have ready.
So
He just kind of like leans back in the chair.
So since he doesn't see me, and I see where he goes to sit, I get up and walk towards him, and then gently just like place my hand on his shoulder and tap a little bit and go, well, I suppose if you're too tired to come and spend some nice time eating and drinking with me, that's okay.
It's fine.
He
Go have fun.
kind of reacts with kind of like a tired kind of surprise, like, oh, Serafina, I did not see you there. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. You look exhausted.
Preparations for the big exercise. We have to look our best, so extra long shifts to make sure every detail is on point. And of course, in addition to doing the physical part of the tasks and training, I'm doubling up with a lot of the administrative tasks. So, double the work. But only for a couple more days. I will probably take it easy for a couple of days after it is over. Give myself a bit of a rest. But enough about my job. What have you been up to? How's it going?
Oh, my day has been fairly uneventful. School, practicing some of those charming karate sounds or musical pieces that I told you that I'd learn. And just being excited to come back and see you and chat with your friends.
Excited to see me, you say? Well, I'm afraid I'm not going to be very exciting for the next few days. But I am still happy to have your company. Just kind of like gestures towards like kissing your hand without actually making any contact.
Sometimes just amiable companionship is the best source of community. So It's okay
Very
if you're
true.
tired.
Only a little bit. I'm accustomed to hard work, or I wouldn't have gotten where I am. It is certainly not at all due to who I am related to. That would be out of character for a member of the military, wouldn't it?
Only you can say. I'm just a simple musician and don't know a lot about this world, but I'm learning.
Make a deception check. I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah, he just kind of leans over in a conspiratorial, very loud whisper. It's the connections.
You said deception? Okay, that
And I
is...
was joking. I was joking about the deception check.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say, like, that's a 15. My goodness. No. I don't know what else. I'm just trying to flatter him and get him to like me more.
Yeah, and he's just like, very casually flirting back, but also trying not to overstep. So he introduces you to his two compatriots, who I'm not going to bother coming up with names for. They are
Jonathan.
random
Henry.
lieutenants A and B
Okay.
from the Thunderlances.
So, because we are now on a shortened timeline, when the music changes to something that is less of a line dance and more of like a couples dance, Seraphine is going to take his hand and say, "You must dance with me. I will not accept a no for your answer."
For sure. That will be a little bit later in the night. At the point in the night that y'all are originally having the conversation, it is more background music kind of stuff. People are still eating. People are still having their first few drinks. As the night wears on, that's where you get into the frivolity. You have people starting to dance more. The music gets louder because the voices get louder because people have had a few. But yeah, as it moves from a full-on line dance to maybe something a pairing dance, yeah, he'll take her hand and dances with a not shocking, but a surprising amount of grace as well. Not quite to what you can muster, but it's not his first dance either.
Right. And I mean, like, the at one point, I think, like, he goes to spin me, and when he brings me back, I like grab his other hand and like firmly place it on my hip instead of like the like middle school dance. Like, I am like straight up trying to without being direct of like, no, like, you don't have to be super proper without overstating that. I am flirting.
Woo him!
I'm
Make a
working
woo
on
check.
it. I am working on it upon air.
She's doing
Yeah.
the bard thing. She's doing the bard thing.
Give me proficiency and charisma.
Proficiency in charisma. Okay.
Performance. There you go.
Sure, it is a form of performance lesson.
Okay. That
Performance
is
humanoid.
so 23.
23, yeah. He seems both. There's not an opposed check because he's not trying to not be flirted with. But yeah, throughout the evening, it goes without any real event. He introduces you to the soldiers coming in, says goodbye to the ones leaving. Y'all dance. He has some drinks. He doesn't overindulge as he has much more work to do tomorrow, and he does depart earlier than a lot of the people that do stay. As the foot soldiers may make poor decisions and choose to do their work hungover, but he will not be doing any such thing.
That's fair.
Thank you for
A
the
man
lovely
after my
evening.
own heart.
It was an excellent time to rest and be able to see you, and you as well, sir. Kind of gives you a gracious nod. But I must be leaving. Much to do today, much more to do tomorrow.
Well, I hope to see you again tomorrow. And hopefully we'll be seeing more of each other than just dinners.
Unfortunately, I will not be able to make it by tomorrow, as tomorrow is the last day before the big event.
Okay.
Or the last full day of training. The day before the event is a day of rest, but I will be here for the party on the following night.
Okay. Well, then I'll see you then.
And I would like to see you outside of here sometime as well.
We'll organize something soon.
Speak to you then. And winks at you, waves, and heads out. It is like 10 p.m.
That's fine.
Wow.
This dude immediately gets out of the door. She's like, "Well, so this fucking weird lady keep going everywhere with her great uncle? That's just strange, right?"
What was that? What's that?
It is only appropriate for a single female to have a male escort everywhere she goes, okay?
Or her great uncle's just broke.
Or that.
She's just doing a kindness.
He has
his
bigger problems
business
to worry
burned
about.
down like a week and a half ago. You know, I'm trying to help him out a little bit.
So as soon as Alikos has left, Serafina goes up to Apollinaire and like leans against the table and goes,
Hello.
"It's time to go home now. I am very tired.
Oh, you're very tired.
I am very tired. Time to go home."
Well, if you will excuse me, my friend, I hope you have the rest of this and good on you. So you very interesting. Goodbye. If you want me to roll anything, DM, the entire time Seraphina's doing this, she's schmoozing with the one guy trying to get the political angle. Apollinaire basically spends the whole night trying to basically become everybody's buddy. Like, not like close, but like chatting people up, sharing a drink, just being like, "Oh yeah, hey, this old dude's pretty cool." Even if he's
Make
not
me
broke.
a
a
charisma check
We'll get
at
about it.
advantage.
hell yeah, just straight charisma.
Charisma check at advantage. The DC for this will reflect the lack of need for proficiency. You're getting advantage because Alikos was introducing you to people.
Hey.
This is, a soldier under me. This is a lieutenant. This is a peer of mine. You were getting those introductions, so the way is already paved for you to be socially interacting.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like really spread my presence around here as quickly as possible, so that like even if there are people that I haven't met here the day of the reckoning of the big party, that there will be people who go, "Oh hey, nah, that old guy's cool. He's been here. Super nice guy."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is
kinda
so
what I'm going
this
for.
the entire environment here is very companionable to anyone who's an insider, and by way of Alikos, you've been kind of given that insider position, or at least
23.
the door's been open for it. 23.
23.
Excellent. Yeah.
Hell
You-
yeah.
Play dice.
Yeah.
Joke around. You
Share, like buy some drinks, all that fun stuff.
He goes,
Yeah,
"This
it
guy's
is.
old, but he's cool."
This guy's cool. Hey, Sonny, I partied back in my day.
Hey, some of the
Back in the war.
some of the sergeants and officers are also a little bit older. Maybe not as old as you, but not far off. So
There's officers in their 60s probably. People that aren't having to like
yeah. Plus,
charge on the front lines and shit anymore. They're like, I can hang out back here.
Yeah. Kimon himself is not a super young guy either.
Oh.
So
My guy. And I of course compliment Kimon on his bar. Nice bar.
he appreciates the compliment
I
from.
like
I'm assuming you introduced yourself as a bar owner as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Pause.
do not mention that it is past tense.
I mean, technically, you still own the property.
The bar.
So,
Um,
yeah,
Uh,
is a fairly simple evening of socialization.
and when we get back to the Seven Jesters, I am assuming that Maximilian has crept into his spot that he is designated.
You do not see Maximilian.
I cannot spot him with my passive perception of 12.
Okay.
Your spot being like up in your
Yeah, because like yeah, so like basically I haven't put away the traveling cot. So if he wants to commandeer that spot, he can.
He is. You do not see him in your spot.
Okay.
He doesn't seem to be upstairs. How's that?
Okay. Okay. Well, now the weird, like, motherly feeling is making her nervous. And so she's like, well, human children are bounce back, I guess. So he must, if he's really hurt, we'll find him.
Oh dear God.
And yeah, I go to sleep. Hoping that I get message back from the Sylvanwood. You are muted, my friend.
Yes, I am. Refresh me real quick so I don't have to go pawing through my notes. What were the details of that message you sent?
The details of the message was to my parent. So through
It was about Maximilian, right?
It was about Maximilian. I want to basically do what my parents did with me. I want to claim Maximilian as my ward, for lack of a better term, and have him be under the protection of me in the Sylvanwood.
Gotcha. All right. Yep. Anything else for the evening between either of the split party? Either half of the split party.
I'm gonna go to the Franz. No.
Hell yeah.
Give
that's
them a
good
piece of my
idea.
mind.
That's a good idea. I could use thaumaturgy right at the gates and be like, hey.
I can also do that.
Hey. At like 10:30 at night, Roderick's
Gotcha.
finally going to get an idea and tell Gaia.
Oi. Okay, so when people do crimes like this, they got investigators, right? For like the watch and stuff, or maybe people care about more of a thing like that. When like a knight or something gets killed.
Sure.
I know, it's not a rhetorical question I'm asking. Like, if a knight gets killed, people care, right?
I would imagine if he is somebody important.
Alright, so if they got an investigator, it'll probably be from the city then, right?
Probably, or whoever he is a knight for.
What if we go get information on what that guy found about the dude who split the guy in half from wherever he's staying?
It is not a bad idea. Would you want to go get Serafina and Happy?
We could tell him about it, but I mean, you could just slip in there looking like a weird cat or something, right? We could like maybe muss you up a little bit so you look like you're in the alley, from the alley or something.
I
we can find out
don't
where
want to
it
do
is.
that, but
These
I do
places-
have wings.
Pop in the window. All right, I mean, you can hold him in. Look, I mean, I don't got any arms. Look at me. Right? I mean, you can do the same thing.
They are quite noticeable.
Right? I mean, you can just look like a fat cat. You know, his silhouette is dark, right? Okay, well, maybe just be invisible. I mean, you can do all kinds of cool stuff.
That is true that I can do. It may not. I guess he probably would not want to talk about the investigation that he is currently doing.
Oh,
But
no.
I could break in and look through his notes, like you said.
All right. Well, where do? Oh, yeah. We'll probably have to ask Seraphina and Apollinaire to find out where these folks sleep. We find out where the other guy stays, and he's got all kinds of guards. But I mean, probably not for an investigator or something.
There
All right.
were multiple investigators, by
At
the way.
night.
No idea how many there were.
Oh, that's right, because you haven't had the chance to speak. Never
Yeah.
mind. Ignore me. Ignore
I'm
me.
just like, yeah, they just had one guy out there taking notes, like, split in half. Details. I don't even know that. I just heard that there was a higher alert, not that there are like people in the city looking for you or anything like that.
Hey, that's not me. I told Lei Feng to tell the messenger to tell you that y'all should be careful because they might come looking for you. It's not my fault the messenger sucked at his job.
You know,
Lei
being
Feng, what did it do?
careful
Somebody
is like
fucked
a
up.
real. Being careful is like a really loose term. I mean, walking the streets at night's fine. Is it night? It's less in the open. People are sleeping.
No.
Percentages are low. Okay.
Um,
So Seraphina and Apollinaire were going to go to that place again tonight. You know, when you reckon they'll be back? They'll probably be pretty late, right?
I would imagine we got back pretty late the first night.
Right. Okay, well, it's about 10:30 now. Midnight, 1, something like that.
Sure.
All right. Well,
How long does it take to get back to the place?
From where y'all are at,
Yeah.
without the carriages running, probably a good 30 to 45 minutes. Because there's no carriages, but there's also not really much in the way of foot traffic. So
all right. I'll just leave a quick note in case this guy shows back up. Hang on the door. We'll go talk to Apollinaire and Seraphina and tell them, you know, what's what, and then figure out maybe that's a plan, maybe not, whatever, and then we can pop on right back in case something happens in the night.
DM.
what's up?
In between last check-in and this one, Gaia would have been asking any of the kids around if they had any itching powder or knew how to make some.
All right.
Not important, just
So that would have had to be before they were all put to bed because they are children and it is nighttime.
no street kids out, no cool kids.
Not around here.
We cleaned
Not in
up
Durden Road.
Durden Road. Thank you very much. These
Yeah,
kids get educated.
The after-school program.
No, they don't even know what itching powder is.
I will figure it out.
Is it
and
powder?
I will
It makes
show-
people itchy?
Yes.
Where can I get this itching belt?
Yeah, I was about to. That sounds. My parents would hate it. I want some.
I know. I'll bring you some when I find how to make it.
Are you in child form or cat form at this point?
Child
matter.
form.
Okay. I live right there. Give me some. I mean, they're children. That sounds hilarious to them. So
And then, Roderick will spend the next 30 minutes or so going over all types of different avenues of the plan, down to just really silly things like, well, if he's a fat guy, maybe we can make him like a really nice cake or something and get him to just give us the information.
all right. Any more solid plans before we wrap it up for the evening? Everyone is going to bed, or what approximates bed for those that don't sleep?
My bundle of sticks.
I am
Right.
embroidering.
Embroidering. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Just do it
What are you
on some,
embroidering?
don't worry about it. It's on some scrap cloth.
Noted. Embroidering. Don't worry about it. On some
Yep.
scrap cloth.
Just on some scrap. Find some scrap cloth. Right hand don't work so good, so he's practicing.
Gonna end up
It's
with
a
a
slow and
square,
unpleasant process.
gonna end up with a square of linen that says, "Don't worry about it."
Don't worry about it. Sure. You know to Willie, but that's a bunch of very finer needlework, so good practice. Yeah.
You're embroidering. The sounds of other people sleeping are the only sounds left. Just at one point, kind of hear. What an interesting hobby.
Yeah.
You don't see anything, don't feel anything, don't hear anything else other than that. Just
I am studiously ignoring him.
that's it. Just a quick little interjection in the silence of the evening.
I come from an older generation. We've again just say no generation. We really just if I ignore him, he'll go away.
Doesn't get too involved. Just quick commentary on what you're doing.
Fucking asshole. Listen here, Sonny.
The rest of the evening passes without event. To continue things moving forward with our tight time frame, is there anything anyone wants to do before the party? Because you have all of today, this evening, all of the next day, and then the evening of the party. So,
Yeah, I would like to see if we could find out anything from the actual investigator, be it steal notes or talk to this person, depending on what Apollinaire and Seraphina think about the situation, or if we can even find out who's in charge of it.
are y'all going to be reconvening as a group to have this discussion, or how's that
Right.
going?
I was going to be leaving that night temporarily to meet back up with them after they get back from the Drake, and then once
Gotcha.
that conversation has been had, heading back.
So y'all are doing Rowdy Drake
We're having
or
brunch.
Electric
It's a
Boogaloo, I
working
think,
a
yeah.
working brunch.
So
Wait, I thought you guys went to the Rowdy Drake at night.
We did. Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
thought.
what I'm
Oh, I
saying,
thought.
like, when you
Okay,
guys
okay.
get back that night.
So you came back that
So-
night. Okay.
Right. Sorry.
Gotcha.
So, not the evening we were just at, but late the following evening. So, are you going to spend the day trying to get that information about the investigator?
No. I meant the night that they just got back from.
Oh, the
So-
one that we just
right,
did. Okay,
right.
yeah. So
Yeah. Sorry.
you head
I
over.
see.
Are you waking up Gaia to go with you? Because they didn't get back till fairly late.
That is true.
Yeah. Well, it was 10:30 when I got the idea. I just said like a random number, and so it's gonna take like a 45 minutes to an hour to get back. So they assumed that they'd get back at midnight or 1, so we just went ahead over there and we'll hang out for a little while until they get back, have the conversation, and then head back.
They headed back fairly early, so Seraphina's probably like in bed or getting that way when y'all get there.
Cool. They're here.
But yeah, y'all can definitely have that conversation. No one's asleep yet, but it's a little after 11. Y'all are getting there probably 20, 30 minutes after Apollinaire and Seraphina got back.
Gotcha.
So everyone is in bed.
Or knitting.
Apollinaire is, I guess, just getting
Knitting,
started on his needlework.
Embroidering. Excuse me.
Embroidering is different.
Yeah,
Big
y'all
needle,
get
small
back.
needle.
It's yeah, it's late. There's not really anyone there except the night guards. So
Sick.
All right. Hey, Seraphina asleep yet?
What is it, Roderick?
All right. So this guy got split in twain by something, right? The other night guy.
Collect.
And dude who killed my friend, he split an anvil with apparently a sword, right? Gotta be same folk. So we really can't be going out and about and investigating that kind of thing. So I thought it would be a good idea to take the person who's looking into it and nick their notes and documents on the situation and find out what they might have collected.
Do you know who that is?
No, no clue.
Oh.
But you all know those kind of some folks, like details and stuff better than I do.
Perhaps. I did note. I went over that way to take a look at the scene of the crime, and there were several other Knights of the Circle. That was there, and it's reasonable to assume that they will probably be in close proximity to anything that they think will lead to the solving of who killed their compatriot.
Right.
So it might not be, considering our skill sets, that may make getting close to these notes or anything involving the investigation quite difficult.
Right, but I mean, they're not noticed. They can't just, go to chopping on us just because they're magical. I mean,
They may not be supposed to. I get the feeling that they might.
or then they can get fucked, right?
I think that regardless of stand your ground laws here within Griffin, I think we would still go to jail. I think that we would still be at fault.
So what, you mean to tell me, if I go, my religion says I don't like people with auburn hair, and I see a bloke walking down the street with auburn hair, and I slap him in the face and go, my religion says I gotta get you, and he fights back, that bloke goes to jail.
No, I'm thinking it is less for the religious reasons and more for they have a lot of political power here within Griffin.
Alright, yeah, fair enough.
And they are looking for someone who they think murdered one of their companions. Also, they think you are a demon.
Well, I wouldn't be like, hey, guy, give me your notes if you don't mind. So you can, investigate me a little bit, so I can know what you know about the investigation into what you probably presume to be me as a demon, chopping folks in half.
Yeah, let us not do that.
Right, no, I wouldn't do that.
I mean, we can certainly look, but I think that we should definitely proceed with caution.
Okay.
And we may, and I don't know. It definitely seems that between what was written on the wall, as well as whichever order it happened in, the murder of one of these knights, it seems like they wanted to provoke you into trying to perhaps confront any of these altars. It definitely seems like I don't know if they wanted you to come after them specifically, or if they thought they would get you out in the open.
Oh, you think it was a ploy to, make me go square up with some of them?
Right, and then promptly die, probably.
Maybe.
There were at least 3.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. I'm not trying to, get into an unfair fight. Anyway, that was my idea. You guys find out anything at the Drake?
Not anything that we didn't already know. So what we do know that Alikos will not be there tomorrow, but that everybody will be there basically on the rest day. And I mean, I think our plan is no longer murder and blackmail. It is change the hearts and minds.
Oh, that's good. That's a good plan. I like that one.
Some things have been shifted in this black hole that I call a heart. So,
what is a black hole?
Yeah.
I'm not in astronomy. All right. And I mean, if nothing else, who knows? Maybe if we find some individual's notes, if we could perhaps show that I don't know, create some kind of hoax or some kind of lift. One does not currently exist between the Altons and the Colossi, but if we could create one, we do not want them necessarily fighting each other, but if they don't trust each other.
I'm working on it.
All right.
I'm working on it.
It did not appeal to me what was happening tonight, but I will take your phone.
Baby steps, Apollinaire.
Apollinaire is not cackling. He is a collected individual.
It's one of the
Of course,
difference between
this is well
being
within
an
your
Apollinaire.
specialty, not mine.
Oh, good.
All right. So, any other plans and such to be made for this evening?
Yeah, Seraphina, them little foxes, how long do they last?
So the one that I gave you, Roderick, will last for at least another day and a half-ish, roughly. And
Probably about a day at this point.
oh, okay, yeah, so about a day now. But the way that this works is normally I would just send a message, and once it gets to the person that it's intended, it relays my message and then disappears. What I've done with you is something a little different because there is no message until you provide that message to me.
Is it gotta be me in specific?
It could be Gaia. I think that right now, because I made it with the intention magic of it being specifically for you, I don't know if you could pass it to someone other than you or Gaia.
All right, fair enough.
It could be. I'm gonna go ahead and say now. You have created a semi-object, a magical construct, if you will, that will react to a trigger, and that trigger is to be given a message that will then go to you.
Okay.
So the intent is to return to you, but anyone can do that. Now, they can't send it to someone else, but anyone could activate it, yes.
Okay.
My reckoning was if it would work for other folks, I might be able to just leave that with someone in Dirt Row in case something happened.
Yeah, if you had someone that you dearly trusted, then until it disappears or until they use it, it would come directly to me.
All right. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I'm gonna stay there for the night just in case. But maybe I'll pass it off to someone once folks are woken up and stuff. And okay, thanks. Good
I
night.
found a nice spot in the attic, so I'll also go there.
Okay.
All right, so Roderick and Gaia are going to return back to Durden Row, to the smithy. Seraphina will get back to sleep where she was before she was so rudely interrupted by her compatriots. And Apollinaire will get back to his embroidery with
You gotta look at me weird like that.
mixed success. We'll have to get back to that, I guess. We'll
Man.
roll a skill check for it when we get back.
Yeah,
We are
that's
going to
good.
go on a slightly early break, but don't worry, we'll still be continuing with our shenanigans as soon as we get back. So use the restroom, grab a snack, don't go too far, and we'll see you guys shortly once we get back. See you back.
Bye!
Welcome back. We're back from break, where I was almost dying, but I'm not. So let's keep going. On the first half of episode 8 of Blood and Silver, our crew is digging into a little bit more on what is going on with this murder of the Knight of the Circle, and also continuing to build their rapport at Kemon's Rowdy Drake, where they hope to make contact with their assassination / discouragement target Spiros Rhokides. So let's figure out how that plays out, as they are going to be heading to the pre-military exercise celebration here in just a couple of days. They do have a couple of days before they get to there, though. So party, what are y'all doing? We are the day before the celebration. Y'all went to sleep and woke up. Very exciting stuff. Nothing else happened other than some embroidery practice, maybe some creepy whisperings, and here we are. So party, what are you doing? It is a bright new day, and y'all are in two completely separate locations, because that never ends badly.
Hell yeah.
I wake up hoping that there is a message from my family.
Not immediately when you wake up,
Okay.
but I will say it is reasonable to expect that you should be getting a response sometime during the day.
Okay. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is try to track down Maximilian. And aside from that, of like just practicing and assisting Apollinaire with whatever he's doing.
Gotcha. Maximilian is about.
Not dead. Good.
No, he was
I-
sleeping in his own bed. I rolled.
He was doing normal things.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Roger.
Yeah, I was going to, once folks wake up, give Hewitt the fox, tell him to keep an eye out, an ear open, etc., in case things happen, and I'll come charging back super fast if there are any issues arise. And then I'll head back to the
Who did you say you gave that to? Just the.
Hewitt Shelley, the carpenter.
Gotcha. So I don't have all those names
Oh, yeah,
on
you're
a form right now. So
And then I'll head back to the theater and continue working on my map while people tell me things if they find out stuff.
easily done. Yep. So you hand that off to the carpenter. You probably have to explain to him a couple of times what it is, because he's not encountered magical things other than you in his life. So this is kind of out there.
Yeah, I'll go over it with him, make sure he understands.
He does. It was kind of it's like a thing he's heard about magic and maybe like seen some at a distance,
Right.
but never like, oh god, this is right here in my hands.
Right.
Gaia, you gonna be doing anything besides the itching powder?
Before Gaia went to sleep, on that first night, she would have banished her 2 cats, rolled for that, successful, and written 3 notes that have the same 3 words on them.
Suck
And then-
my dick.
Uh,
Oh.
what are those words, or would you like to just share them privately?
I'll share those privately for
Gotcha. I'll keep an
a
eye
later
on,
date.
I'll keep an eye on Messenger. Yeah, you make 3 replicas of a note. Serafina, you said you were helping Apollinaire. Apollinaire, what are you being helped with?
All right. Well, I need you to hold this piece of cloth, and we're gonna no. Like I said, like I said before we came back from break, I'd probably be at least probably wait until like noon. But I would like kind of go out and have a walkabout. Actually, it'd probably have to be in the morning and spend like probably till a little afternoon. A little bit of time in this layer to see if there's any whisperings of this murder, and then also making my way down to the 4th layer and doing kind of the same, just kind of seeing what's leaking about what are the people saying. Is anybody saying any like rumors of like, oh, soldiers busted into Jimmy's house down the street and like were raiding his house looking for a sword, or like any of that kind of nonsense.
Roll me a gather information, or an investigation check with charisma.
Hell yeah.
And I am
Jump.
going to, the way that I'm going to assist you here, Apollinaire, is that as you head out, I'm going to grab your shoulder and just say,
Yes.
be careful. And that's a bardic inspiration. It's a d6.
Thank you.
Hey.
I can add that to this roll. Don't show my style.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about it?
Okay, we're gonna roll them all together. Oh wait, that's 2 d20s. Whoops. Only 1 d20.
Because I give myself advantage because I'm awesome.
You know, I would if I could. Doesn't.
That one.
Oh yeah, baby. Yeah.
What's the total?
Well, a natural 1 plus a 1 on the d6 plus 8, so 10.
Okay.
If you're saying that, I need to know if this is an auto fail or not, because I can add something else to it. And if it's not an auto fail, I will.
It is not an auto fail. The nat 1 means there will be some negative result in addition to the results.
Gotcha. In that case, I'm also gonna use my I can't remember if it's short rest or long rest. I'm gonna use my Dark One's Own Luck to add a d10 or Dark One's Luck. Yeah, Dark One's Own Luck.
Have at it.
That is to ability
Here,
checks.
son.
Holy shit.
Let me
Yeah,
help.
ability check or saving throw. Hell yeah. That makes it a 19.
That is much better than
Yeah, roll the 9. Let's go.
So what you figure out as you are kind of figuring out what the rumors are is that there's really not much in the way of rumors. Turns out, from what you can hear, the common belief is that there was a common, mugging gone wrong, basically. Some government-associated official was found knifed in an alleyway. There's an investigation underway. But other than the presence of the knights that were there at the start of the investigation, there's no mention that the victim was a knight or that there was anything super unordinary about the murder.
Wow, this has got to be the greatest cover-up ever.
Well, there have been not done.
Okay.
The few people that had reported the murder initially, because it was passers-by that found it, had been called in for additional interviewing at the Citadel.
Oh.
Not like they're dead; they're back now.
Oh.
They had
like, oh.
they
shit.
had gone in for additional interviewing at the Citadel.
Interesting.
There were 3, by the way.
3 people got called into additional interviewing at the Citadel, and those were 3 individuals who had been closer by when it had
One
first
was the
gone
initial
down.
witness,
Uh-huh.
and the other 2 were the people that he had told, "Oh my God, I found a dead body." That
Interesting.
also laid eyes on it.
By any chance was able to get a name of that initial witness.
Yeah, for sure. That part isn't secret.
Totally finding that dude or person.
Yeah, he is a blue collar worker just in the area. So
Gotcha. My cat is actively trying to open the door to my room. Yeah, I'd find that guy and just chat him up a bit. Hello, I'm sure that you're being paused out everywhere, but I have some families that are down on this layer.
Who are you?
I'm so sorry. My name is Apollinaire Bellos. Up until
And
recently,
why
I
are
was
you here?
I was trying to see if you might be willing to share what you witnessed yesterday morning.
He kind of looks around to your left and right to see if there's anyone else outside the door. And who are you with?
I'm with.
I have already been
myself.
in for interviews. I have been.
I assure you, I
have-
have nothing to do with any. I mean, look at me, my friend. I am not. I have nothing to do with the government of Griffin. I'm simply wanting to get a first-hand account, just to hear of if something bad is coming.
I have no interest in participating in any form of gossip. Have a good day, sir.
Please,
And goes to the door.
just cane in the door. Please, sir, a few moments of your time. Just what you saw. I do
Please,
not
sir, I would
wish
like
to-
not to discuss this any further. I wish to wash my hands and be done with it. I am sorry.
Very well. Have a good day.
Make me a perception check as he shuts the door.
Fuck. Oh, he's got people in there. There are motherfuckers that are like, they got a knife to him, like, you say a fucking thing. I'm so not, I am the wrong person for this. Except when I'm not 21, baby.
All
I
right.
can't throw away dicks at the things I'm good at, but
So, not quite what you were theorizing right there.
damn it.
There's no one in the house with him. I was simply going to let you know that he seems incredibly nervous and visibly rattled at being asked further questions about the event.
They fucked him up.
He doesn't look injured.
I didn't
That
say,
phone look on him.
physically. Yeah, maybe they got a cleric in there. Feel it.
So.
All right.
There was a disproportionate amount of nervousness and insistence at ending the conversation.
Okay.
I probably should have had you roll like perception with charisma or something, but whatever.
Well, I mean, if you want to give me that, it's a 26.
It bypassed the threshold regardless. That was more of a hindsight kind of thing.
Isn't that an insight check?
Oh yeah, that would be whatever.
Am I proficient in insight? I am proficient. No, I'm not. It'd be the exact same roll. Not very good at reading people. All right.
I sometimes forget insight exists. Clearly. So,
difference.
yeah, so that is your interaction with the witness.
All right. Yeah. No, I just go back and yeah. That would have been my activity for the day.
All
Just
right.
share that news with Roderick.
Yeah, when I got back, I would kind of explain. I'd explain like that they have done a really good job covering up what happened, and the direct witness was really freaked out.
As you are departing that man's house,
Ah, shit! I'm just an old man. Please, sir.
you're heading back towards the Seven Gestures, but you're still in the fourth layer. You're probably on your way back to the railcar station.
As you do.
And you see several gentlemen that you noticed walking behind you way back in the neighborhood where the murder
I'm about to
happened.
get jumped.
And as you get close to the railcar station, they're still following you. There are 4 of them.
Uh-huh.
One of them is very obviously a warrior type. They're all wearing, I want to say, plains clothes, but he's not real good at hiding it. He's
They got
a sturdy
the
individual.
line of the Glock, the line of the Uzi in his jacket. Like,
Well, out of the 4, the one that is walking in front is clearly not accustomed to subterfuge. See, a large, scarred-faced individual, and he is staring directly at you as he walks with a sense of purpose in your direction. He does not have a hidden weapon. He has a, arming sword, like a short sword.
In his hand.
No. The other 3 are a little bit more nondescript, but the effect is kind of ruined because of the gentleman in front.
gotcha.
They are
Oh boy.
maybe 50 feet back.
Uh-huh. And I'm how far from the car?
They are probably a few blocks from the railcar station.
Fuck.
You're an old man. You got this.
Get
that
my
cardio
God.
in.
Do they see do they look like they're like reaching for weapons or anything as they approach me, or are they just kind of
No, but remember, you saw these people a
Right.
while back when
Back.
when you were leaving
Yeah.
the neighborhood, and you look back and you're like, "That's the same."
They're still here.
motherfucker."
They don't seem to be making any like active attempt to close the gap.
Not at the moment, no.
Now, at the moment, I'm like out in like the street, right? There are people around.
Yes, there is foot traffic and
Fantastic.
horse traffic. I was gonna say vehicle traffic, but yeah.
I'm just gonna stop, like kind of like I'm stopping on a corner, like catch my breath. Do they keep moving or do they stop when I stop?
How long do you wait?
I'll give it like 30 seconds. Kind of. You sit there leaning on my cane real hard, like, whoo, my.
They walk another 5-10 feet closer. The three that are with him seem to like take up interest in like a food stand nearby and start placing an order. He does no such thing and just kind of crosses his arms and keeps staring at you.
Okay.
He is not a stealthy individual.
Yeah, neither am I. So, after sitting there and they're gonna keep following me. I can't fucking lose these guys. I'm just gonna go, hello, and I'm just gonna walk at them. I did not know that you were out and about today. How are all of you? You all look quite well.
So you close the distance?
Yeah. You know, I had not seen you in so long. What can I do for all of you today? You know, I
As you
hate
get
to
close,
disappoint,
there's
but the tolling walls, it did burn down. So unfortunately, that is why the bar has not been open recently.
As you're walking towards them and saying these things, they were only like 30, 40 feet away at that juncture.
Yeah.
The three that were ordering food from a food cart are kind of like, oh shit, what do we do? And then after a moment's hesitation, they begin to spread out, encircling you.
Just smiling, like, so what can I do for you gentlemen today? What is there anything I can offer you a drink once I rebuild?
And then
What did he say? I'm sorry.
make me a perception check real quick.
Okay.
And what he had said as you close the distance was, "You are coming with us, old man," in a Alton accent.
In an Alton accent. That's a 19.
The ring on his finger is that of the Circle of Eternity.
Oh, shit.
What's your AC?
Oh no! He's hitting an old man. I'm out in just like public stuff, so I currently only have an AC of 13.
Oh my god.
All right.
Your
And
hex
as he
just shield that shit.
reaches
I'm
out
not a
and
Hexblade.
grabs your shoulder,
Oh,
you feel a kind of a sickly power wash over you. And you feel alone, truly alone for the first time since your bar burned down.
interesting. As in, I don't think I can cast magic.
I don't know you. This is my purse.
You're getting black bagged, my guy. This is. Oh, no.
Okay. Not great. Not great at all. Well, there's only one way to find. For the moment, just you said he put his arm, his hand on my shoulder. I'm
He
so sorry.
forcefully grabbed your shoulder.
That is, there is no need to get physically violent. What, young man? What is it that I can do for you? What you wish me to go with you? Where is it that you need?
I know a witch when I speak with one. Now come quietly, or I will have your head.
That seems a bit unnecessary, don't you think? I mean, surely you do not wish to create such a scene in the streets here of Griffin and the Force Lair. Surely even the Knights of the Circle of Eternity must answer to somebody.
We do
my
not answer
God.
to the laws of man, only our God. If you wish to make a scene here, I will gladly comply.
That is a thing I do not wish for there to be a scene, but
Then
I
come with
think-
us now. I am done speaking, witch. And begins to like kind of lead you by the shoulder he's holding.
okay.
The three others have closed and are immediately adjacent to you in all directions.
Unfortunately, my friend, I do have responsibilities that I'm pretty sure I could not do justice if I am to go with you and your friends. So I must bid you adieu. And I'm gonna try to Misty Step 30 feet away from these guys.
Make me a spellcraft check.
Defines that just D20
That's
plus
your
casting modifier, or
proficiency
do I
and
get
your
proficiency?
spellcasting modifier.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically a spell attack roll, but it's not for an
Right.
attack.
So D20 plus 8, let's see, fellas. Oh, well, by Jove, that's a 24.
Hell
All right.
yeah.
You feel incredible pain.
Ow!
Great roleplay.
Ah!
You take 11 points of damage, but your spell does go off.
Fucking
What?
Jesus. That
Run away!
yeah, that's why I just Misty stepped. No shit.
He said, "I'm Misty stepping, but right back in the middle of them."
Ah!
Yeah, where are you misty stepping to, my guy?
Fucking 30 feet away from these fucking jackasses.
Do it on a rooftop,
And go where?
not down there.
No, that's not. I'm currently just trying to get away. So 30 feet away. fucking, I'm hauling ass.
They pursue.
Shit.
Where are you heading?
They're what?
Where are you heading?
Fuck me sideways. I'm sorry, dude. This the like really calm piano music is just fucking with me so hard right
Did
now.
You said he was in the fourth layer, right?
Yeah, I'm still, unless I had made it out of the fourth layer. I assumed I was.
No, he was heading towards the railcar station in the fourth layer. The one nearest.
Fuck me sideways.
How close is he to Durden Row, though?
I'm not leading these guys to Durden Row. Are you insane?
You know that's where you can get in contact from him with us at, though.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that you guys getting here in like an hour will definitely help.
I bet they could cut that number down to like 20, 30 minutes if they really.
That's a lot of rounds of combat.
They didn't look like they had ranged weapons. I'm pretty sure you can get a lead.
How far? Like, are they keeping the like 30-foot distance?
Time is frozen right after you're coming out of that misty stuff. As you tell me what you're doing.
C-step's a bonus action, right?
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
You fucking double move.
Yeah, I'm fucking booking it. I'm running. Like I said, I'm heading basically in the same general direction of the rail cars for the moment. You said I'm a couple blocks away, so I've got a little bit of time to decide to figure out if I can get these guys to dissuade them. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
You get to
So-
be the reverse of a QTE. You get to double move, but use all your object interactions to like try and turn over
oh
carts
shit!
of
This is what it's like to be on the
tomatoes.
other side. But yeah, that is
You
my
are causing
initial
me
thing.
quick time.
Yeah, I am fucking old man running towards the station.
All right.
I'm seeing it. I'm gonna see if they pursue and by how close they are on my
And
tail.
are you trying to like quick time event jokes aside, are you trying to like cut through shit to cause obstacles and stuff like that?
Dude, I'm just an old guy. No, this is like I am a dude who's owned a tavern all his life. This is a new experience.
All right. Make me an athletics check.
Hell
no.
yeah!
Help! These people are trying to rob me.
Where am I from now?
I don't know.
I have a +1. 8.
All right.
Oh, God.
As you're getting closer to the railcar station, they are closing the distance. You were 90 feet. Now you have 60 feet.
60 feet.
You are 1 block away from the railcar station.
Okay.
Still heading towards the rail cars? You gonna head towards the walking entrance? What are you doing?
No, you said they're 60 feet.
We're kind of doing the like, close or open the distance as you run.
Right.
So during the running, they close the distance a little bit, but you do still have 60 feet. You started strong with a 90-foot gap.
Yep. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I'm looking at spell distances, okay, so just understand. I'm gonna say we're gonna keep going for the moment. If they close it an additional 30, I'll do something.
All right. Go ahead and roll that athletics check as you're hobble running.
Hey, 15. I'm getting my second wind.
All right. It
I
seems
do
like
have fighter levels.
you increase the distance for most of them. There is one of them that manages to close it to a 30-foot distance. It's not the knight. It is one of the ones that was with him.
One of the ones that was with him.
They did not have any form of insignia, so you're not sure who or what they are. But they were not him, that's for sure.
Okay. This is. I really fucking hate to drag anybody else into this. Oh, fudging muffins. You know what? We're gonna risk it. I don't want anybody to die or get hurt. Just kind of see the one guy. I'm just gonna do a quick. Taking out the burned arm. I'm just gonna trace a quick glyph in the air, grab it, like out, and kind of make like I'm crushing. And I'm just gonna turn. I'm gonna cast Charm Person on him.
All right, make me a spellcraft check.
Just as that blows out. Hey, buddy. Spellcraft check.
You are still.
Oh my god! What a fucking tool! I hate this fucking people. Oh man. Fuck, that's cocked. Okay, that's better. 18.
18. All right. With searing pain, as you take another 7 points of damage,
Ow! It sucks.
your
I
spell
hate
does
these
go
guys.
off.
It does go off? He still has to make a save.
Yep.
Wisdom save DC 16.
You rolled a 15.
15. Thank God. So as he's charmed by me, he said that there's a 30 gap between him and his buddies, 60 gap between me and them. There's a callback. Let your friends know that I have disappeared, and I'm just gonna immediately hook down an alleyway, but try to break line of sight with people and other folks, and walls and shit.
Roger. There is a look of confusion on his face when you say that. Just like, oh, sure. And kind of slows to a stop and kind of turns. And he looks really confused. Like he doesn't really. What's going on? So, why is friend A running from friends B, C, and D? This doesn't make any sense.
They're really sore losers at cards.
So he's trying to make sense of everything going on in his head as this new information settles in. I need you to make me one last athletics check.
Fuck. Man, dude, this +1 is earning its key. 18. They just keep getting better. I'm like a steam locomotive.
He's I'm the juggernaut.
Woo!
It was like the old rabbit with a cane in the animated Robin Hood movie when they're all running out of the jail.
Dog, I'm full on sprinting. I got devil magic in me right now, baby. I'm hauling ass.
You aren't able to get back to the railcar station, and you will have to make your way back to the third layer on foot.
Oh, my
But
knees.
you do manage to lose your pursuers.
Thank God. Woo. Here's the return. sweaty. Out swords.
You come pulling up to the
This
7
18
jesters
HP.
like a little sweaty and just in an incredible amount of pain. Every time you tried to cast a spell, it felt like knives were cutting into your bones.
Do I still feel like that? Ow.
If I
mean-
when
Over the next hour, you slowly felt the magical presence return, but you do still feel the pain from the 2 spells you did cast.
Ow. Yep, I'd be like, I'd come up to the, excuse me, young man, I need to have a seat. Please keep a lookout for just in case anybody comes running past this alleyway. Thank you.
Sir Apollinaire, you have some...
Yeah, I know. Thank you. I'm well. Thank you. Do not worry, it is fine.
Okay. Technically, in the grand scheme of things, you outrank him, so he's like,
Yeah,
okay.
dude. Respect me.
You're back.
Yep. Whew.
as soon
Take
as you
a
get
bit
in
of a
and I
breather.
see that you are hurt, I pull out the healer's kit and
We can have a seat at the table if you do not mind.
do a medicine check to like help with your healing.
Yeah.
Roll me that medicine check real quick.
Okay. Medicine. Ooh, buddy, that is a 21.
Yeah.
As you look him over, he appears to have no external injuries that you can see.
Hurts on the
Giving some
inside.
aspirin.
That's ibuprofen. Xanax.
Well, he's clearly in pain. So,
Oh, well. Oh yeah, no, he definitely sat down and just kind of.
Hey, Paul, hey, what happened to you?
Yeah. He said, oh well, you know, I was just asking around about the rumors to see if anybody had heard anything. I said it was a little odd. Oh, that they have managed to cover it up so much, but apparently they talked to the one guy who saw something. I don't know if he was just the man who discovered the body or saw the event, what happened. But I found his name and I figured, oh, why not? Perhaps, you know, concerned neighbor, see what he had seen. He did not want to talk at all. He was very frightened. I do not know if he was frightened of what he saw or by what they said to him when they interviewed him. And then I was going to come back and tell all of you, of course, these things. There was I can only assume he was a knight in just regular clothes.
oh my God, Apollinaire.
It's fine. They were following me. I did not want to lead them back here. I was not super confident in my ability to lose a tail. Apparently that was unfounded. And they tried to take me. What else was I supposed to do? I ran. And
Gaia.
he grabbed me and it fucking helped. And whenever I tried to use any magical abilities, it helped more. Oh.
Guy hangs down from Seraphina's balcony, upside down. It's like, Appy,
Yes, hello, Gaia.
you're not supposed to go off by yourself.
I did not think I would be doing anything other than just speaking to the people of the city. I did not think there was going to be any risk.
That is you.
Whew.
This is why we always have somebody come with us.
Surely.
Everybody agree?
Everybody agree.
Evidently,
Right.
the Altons are...
If the Altons are going to start trying to grab people on the street, I'm going to start grabbing Altons on the street.
Once again, they have a lot of political power here within the city. It's not a two-way street.
No. Okay. So here's the thing. Okay. So then what needs to happen is we just got to get the Karathi military folks on our side. And I don't know how we're going to do that, but at this point, the Altons are the problem.
They are not good. No.
I mean, you should just tell them the truth, right? And, you heard some folks were murdered, and you asked them bloke about it, and these guys tried to apprehend you. No. They hurt you with stuff.
I
Why
will.
not?
I have an idea. We'll see if it works. But let's just get to this party.
I agree.
Oh God.
Oh. I do not know. I do not know if they were close by when I first spoke to the gentleman, or if they approached me because he did his weird thing where he could sense the magic, or if it was simply because they were following me because I spoke to him. I'm not sure.
Right. DM, you said that there was a newspaper in this town, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Can any of you read thoughts?
No.
Okay.
Why are you asking? I've been reading all your minds.
Oh,
I'm
you
just kidding.
can.
I'm just kidding
Oh.
with you.
Guy will just look down at their cats and just say, no reason. I am not asking for a reason.
All right.
Just randomly curious.
It might be useful because I can. You all know that.
Right. All right.
Okay.
So we should just like write a letter to the newspaper and let them know what happened. And be like, hey, there was a guy that murdered. They're trying to cover it up, and they're abducting people on the streets. So with my own eyes.
Roderick, I love your optimism. There's probably not free press here in Griffin. I would almost 100% believe that there is someone in the government who takes all these things and prevents that stuff being printed.
This wouldn't take any kind of knowledge check. The press is operated by the Franz Lin Institute.
Oh. I do not think that I figure the Franz Lin, they are probably in on whatever is happening. Honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, Griffin's got kind of an asshole problem, don't they?
We're trying to fix that right now. We're
Yeah,
trying to fix it. Yes. We're working on
Kind
it.
of why we're in this situation.
We are trying to make Griffin great again, as you say.
Oh. So, are we going to jump to the party, or is there any other activities we would like to do before?
I don't want to get my ass kicked anymore. I'm good.
Yeah. Aside from waiting to see if that note comes through, yeah, I'm not doing anything.
That's right. Need to roll for that as
Tired,
well.
boss. Tired of folks being ugly to each other.
All right. It is fairly late in the evening when you do get a response.
Okay.
And I will get you the specifics, but the essence of it is your parents are personally interested in helping you with this. However, getting royal approval for even you was hard enough. So there is a lot of red tape because that kind of thing would have to get the thumbs up from the Elfin King himself.
Yep.
And being human and in the Sylvan Woods is like a capital crime.
I know.
So there's
I know.
There's a lot of political navigation to that particular request.
Okay.
All right, we'll let him in.
They
but
will
only
keep you
want-
updated.
Okay. I think the reply, just as a general, the reply is, I am doing a lot right now for our king.
For king and
That'll
country.
be the gist. I'll send you a more
We
accurate.
can get those. We can get those solid letters in both directions. We'll debut them next session. How's that?
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. All right. Okay.
So,
boss.
The following evening, the day's gone by. You know that most of today has been the Karothi Thunderlances putting the finishing touches on whatever the exercise that'll be conducted outside the city gates tomorrow is, and that they are going to be spending the evening celebrating to kind of cap off the morale, keep everything going, good spirits for such a big event. Who all's going?
Me, boss.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey,
Having a
I have
party.
to ask. Is it just the same crew that's been before, the two? Apollinaire and
I went there one time.
Seraphina?
Yeah, we all went.
Yeah.
Two Chemons?
Yeah, we had a the very first night we went all
Oh, that's right.
together.
Yep.
I put lights on the bar.
We did.
Yeah, it did.
Woo!
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 So is it just the
Fuck.
two?
And to confirm, DM, due to the healer's kit used on me, I did not half my healing from my hit dice last night, right?
I could heal you if you mentioned that you are legitimately hurt.
It's all right. Oh, whoops, wrong. It just felt like this. Just a nice snap will do me
The
just fine.
demon.
If a use of the healing kit was expended, then yes.
That's what I
Fantastic.
did.
I only need to use
Okay.
2, so we're Gucci.
There was nothing externally to heal, so what was used was like medication type stuff.
Well,
You got some
Seraphina grew up
Vicodin
in the
in there?
Sylvan Wood. I'm sure that I have like herbs and things like that to
Yeah,
like,
that's what
make
I'm saying, is
teas and-
there was nothing external for you to treat, but you did what you could, so.
Got some iodine in there.
So, y'all get there fairly early, kind of the same time y'all had been, 5, 6, around dinner. It's already packed.
Oh
And-
shit.
Like, almost standing room only. There are several, actually, Seraphina, you would probably recognize some of the more prestigious members of the Bardic Collegium.
Okay.
Like, these are the people that are good enough that they are instructors there. These aren't just high-profile students.
Mhm.
And they are giving it their all. So there is music.
Yeah.
There are what seem to be a couple of additional people helping to bartend, a couple of additional people running the tables, bringing drinks and food. And even the food seems to be of a higher class affair than you'd been before. You don't recognize the dishes because they are, again, Karothi, but you can tell that these are just a higher level of food. Glazed meats, sautéed vegetables, piles of rice pilaf. It's great. Seems like a good time to you, and it's barely getting started. It's still light out.
Place is bussin'.
It is busting.
Yeah, I walk in, and if I see any of the soldiers that Alikos had introduced me to, I'd be like gently waving of like, hello, oh my gosh, like just being kind of like in like doing the look of the like, okay, where is he at?
You don't see either of the Rokides brothers, but you do see like one or two of the soldiers you've been introduced to. Like I said, this isn't an influx. It's like 5 times the number of people you used to see in here,
Mhm.
both the downstairs and upstairs level, which is like kind of those indoor balconies where they can look down into the center of the main room with tables and stuff up there, are just packed. And even the people you do recognize, they're like behind a wall of people. You can kind of give them a wave, but unless you kind of elbow your way through, you're not going to be able to get to them very quickly.
Okay.
If y'all wait long enough, you will be able to get a table. It'll take some waiting and, hey, we got this one when you're done kind of thing. So after an hour or so, y'all do get a place to sit. Jesus.
Just like while we're first walking in and like find somewhere to stand, just like, guy, you need to stay close to one of us. We won't be able to see you in the cloud if we get separated. Stay nearby.
I can if I hold one of your hands, I'll close my eyes so I'm a little bit less noticeable.
Closing your eyes is not necessary, but stick close.
Okay.
The table that you do get seats at, it's not like you get the whole table. Like, seats open up at a table and y'all are able to sit down. The soldiers, you recognize their uniforms as the Thunderlance uniform. You don't happen to recognize any of these individuals offhand. But as far as parties go, seems like things are going well. And eventually, you do see Alikos walk in, dressed to the nines. His dress uniform. He's in this time. Looking
Got the-
sharp.
The white gloves.
Yeah. He comes in, and, gives some speech that I have neither the mental resources nor do I want to peak my mic. But he walks in and shouts for silence to limited success, but it does get a little quieter. Tells them how great of a job they're doing, how proud he is of them, and for them to be ready to give it their all tomorrow and prove to their superiors that they are the best fighting force on the continent. Lots of shouting, lots of spilled beers as they're raised in the air, lots of enthusiasm, and the party goes on. Yeah, that right there.
Woo!
He doesn't seem to immediately spot
Snap.
you as he slowly makes his way towards the bar.
That's okay. I think that I have chosen a you said that there's the Karath people are sort of based off of the Greek, so I'm thinking of like the really beautiful like blue paint that you see often in like the Mediterranean. So I have like that color dress, and it's just I'm trying to like make myself stand out in this.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Roger can help you out. He's
gonna-
been to all kinds of parties on his tour across that entire country.
You did tour the country, technically speaking.
Yeah.
In a box.
Nope.
Is Roderick there?
If
Oh,
Gaia is there, then we don't split up no more.
I'm
we don't
tired
get
of
drunk.
getting jumped.
Yeah, that's y'all definitely got some looks on his part. But with your prior reputation, someone put in a good word and was like, she's cool. They just assume that he is some form of bodyguard.
I do the same. I just go through the same song and dance I did the first night. Like when people are standing up, like, hey, do not stand. Look, come speak to him. He's a man like you and myself. Come speak to him.
You're not able to get a word in edgewise, really.
Oh, I'm
The-
yelling at him. I'm old man.
It's-
I'm obstinate.
You're obstinate, but you got old man lungs, and it's loud in here. So, there's not enough room for even like the dice games to take place.
Holy shit.
Packed.
I'm trying to think what would be a good. When you were at Atlanta Pride, like that's how.
Oh, good God. I would definitely, the people that are closest to me would definitely be able to hear me, and they can't help but look at him they be near him. They're right there.
They can't help. They're like shoulder to shoulder. They're stuck. Captive audience.
I'll wedge their arm up so they can shake his hand with my cane. Just wedge it out of the press.
Yeah. So is Seraphina trying to get Alikos' attention, or are you just gonna kind of wait and see how things play out?
I will give it a solid, because I know that he has duties in terms of chatting with his people, his regiment. If I would say after 15 or 20 minutes he hasn't noticed me, I'm going to do the drunk girl thing at a crowded club and like make myself through and like hook my arm around his waist if he doesn't see me after about 20 minutes.
Consent.
It is 14 minutes and 30 seconds when he turns around, starts to like look around, like he seems to be like scanning the room. It doesn't take long for your vibrant dress to catch his eye. You can't tell what he's shouting something at you, but you're not sure what it is over the hubbub. But he just kind of like raises an arm at you. There's a sea of people betwixt you.
I see him, and Seraphina has no problem throwing some elbows, so she gets up and just does the. I mean, y'all are men. I don't know if you've ever had to do this, but if I've ever gone through like a crowded space, it's a lot of like pointed elbows and just pushing through to get to where you need to, especially to the women's restroom, because that's always crowded. So
if need be, Roderick can defensive lineman just.
See, I personally prefer the like turn sideways and slip like an eel through the crowd. That's my strategy, but you know, teach their.
Roderick can Andre the Giant fucking everybody move.
I have thermaturgy.
It's okay.
I will say through one method or another, you can make your way over to where he is kind of stuck in place.
Yeah.
At the bar.
And I just go, this is a wonderful party.
It is. It seems like things are going well. You look gorgeous.
I did some research into your hometown, and I learned that this is a very common color painted on your homes.
Yes, it is because the dyes used to make that color are prominent in the hills outside of most of our cities. I'm
That is,
flattered that you took such an interest in our culture.
you know, sometimes I just... Sorry, I've lost my train of thought. How do I flirt? This is the question. It is.
Seraphina.exe has faith.
Yeah, it's like 404 error code. I have just, after spending time with you and learning some of your most prestigious composers, I've just gone into a research frenzy about your culture and where like your well-known composers and arts and all of that. It's very interesting.
There's much to discover about our nation beyond our conflicts. I have someone I want you to meet.
Oh, I would
His
love
girlfriend.
And he begins to, in some cases, a little more forcefully than is necessary, make his way towards the back, around the corner of the bar where some of the tables are extended. Going through a doorway, it doesn't have like a door in it. It's like one of those curtained doorways, like the big double doors, or double doorways, outside which there are a couple of soldiers, not armed soldiers, but soldiers nonetheless, kind of keeping others out. But they let you and Alikos through. And inside is a much less crowded room containing a single table and some seating. There are 3 or 4 men seated there. And he waves towards one of them seated at the end of the table and says, Spiros, this is the Bardic student I was telling you about. And a gentleman a little bit older than Alikos kind of stands, half bows to you. Says, pleasure to meet you.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you too. And I do a proper bardic curtsy, and I've just been having such a lovely time conversing with your brother and learning about your music, and it's a beautiful and wonderful culture that you have.
I am flattered that you think so. Here, have a seat. I have some food coming. Would you like a drink?
I would love a drink, thank you.
He just kind of looks at one of the soldiers and they stand up and walk out.
Go home.
So yeah, you're granted a seat, and Alikos, So, how are things going? Things are going well. It looks like the exercise tomorrow is going to go off without a hitch. I know that our contingent is very ready to be able to show our mettle. The banter goes back and forth as they have some casual small talk about tomorrow's events. What's up?
I guess what I do is I'm just gonna try to get as well in his good graces as possible. So things like, tell me about your home. Like, tell me about your favorite music. Like, just thinking like, because Alikos introduced me as a bardic student, I'm gonna play that up of like I research cultures, musics, and people and what have you.
So Alikos is very engaged in the conversation with you, and it seems like the other officers, they're all fairly high-ranking individuals, are all fairly willing to speak, especially after the ice has been broken. It's always a little awkward at first, but once the conversation flows, it starts to flow. Spiros himself seems more aloof, more distant, not in a like against you specifically kind of way, but just his mannerisms. He's a little bit more self-contained.
Right.
He does engage with conversation, but you can tell he's not really opening up.
Yeah, and honestly, the in Seraphina's head it's winning the hearts and minds of people and turning them against Altus. Winning the hearts and minds of people and turning them against Altus. And just like, just complimenting and if when Alikos says something that's even kind of ish funny, the like and like gentle like taps on the arm, like a whole thing.
Make me a performance check.
Playing this man like a fiddle.
Okay. Performance.
Big money.
That's gonna be a 23. No, wait. Yeah,
Good.
23. I was like, math is hard. 19 plus 4, 23.
Let's go.
19 plus 4 is 23. So
Yep.
Things go well. Things seem to be going fairly well. Before we dig too much deeper into that, I am going to ask the rest of the party what they're doing, because this is going to that's like an hour of chatting and small talk and flirting you just rolled for. So y'all saw her get led off by Alikos to a back room.
I'm talking to these dudes, and I'm like,
And yeah, so they were just like trying to grab folks off the street and like take them places. It's crazy. I mean, they can't even do that kind of stuff. Like,
What?
Altus is like way trying to overstep in the city.
Here in the city.
Yeah, here in the city. It's absolutely insane. And it's all been
Wild
keeping
shit.
hush hush.
Yeah, fuck them. We were at war for a reason.
Do you not
Right.
think that,
Have a
that
shot.
somebody should step in though?
Here, you have a shot too. He buys you both a shot.
Toss it. It is rude to refuse. Just toss it in there. It'll be funny. It's really strong.
Vodka scented smoke,
Does he have a beard?
Which one?
Oh,
Who?
the guy they're talking to? Probably.
Roll for beard.
No, this is a young dude. He's like 18, 19. He got like the little like the one I'm talking about, like looks kind of ratty. Like he's trying so hard to have a beard, but it just ain't happening. Not yet anyway.
I
Gaia will
sympathize.
put put her hand on his head and just say, They're trying to kill people.
So long story
You should
short,
be
y'all are
concerned.
sowing dissent towards the Altons. Is that what
It's
you're
a
doing?
weird mixture of sowing dissent towards the Altons and Apollinaire trying to PR Roderick. Like just trying to like speak to him, shake his hand. Look, he's just a guy, not a demon. Like,
Anyone who's involved in this joint compound endeavor, roll me a persuasion check.
hell yeah.
Let's
I
go.
believe
I got
have disadvantage on that.
such a big bonus.
I've-
to
I've-
this. Persuasion.
Gotta be careful,
persuasion.
Roderick. All he ever does is talk
using,
about how
I'm
big his
using
bonus
Dark One's luck on that.
I dropped a natural 20,
16 plus 2, not too bad.
a 14.
You said disadvantage for everyone, or
I
I
have
think he
disadvantage.
has-
just
I-
her? Okay.
I didn't say disadvantage.
Just
Oh,
the guy
okay.
has disadvantage.
Yeah, then 18 total.
Yeah, things-
26.
You
Holy
get,
shit.
it seems like primarily you're getting anywhere between, like, damn, bro, that's crazy. I want them to fucking shut up. I don't care. To, they, like, believe you, but they're kind of like, okay, that's wild. And then you have someone who's like, yeah, fuck those Altons. We were at war for like 40 years. Fuck them.
Hell yeah.
I knew they were
about the
assholes. You're not telling
PR?
me anything new.
What about the PR?
Yeah, it's going well. People seem fairly interested in, like, wow, what a weird motherfucker. But he seems chill.
I get
Why
him
does
to
he
talk.
keep tossing the vodka shots into his helmet? That's weird.
I'm trying to. I get Roderick to when he's not talking about fucking trying to sow dissent. Like clearly when that's not sticking, I'm gonna get him like talk about all the good stuff you did for people, like for people in Durden Row. Like show them that you're a good guy. Like fucking elbow in
Actually-
the armor. Ding. Ah, my elbow. You don't.
Both of you roll me a separate, just the two of you. Roll me a separate persuasion check each.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Fuck. 17.
Say fuck for
Natural
7.
20.
Rolled a 9.
Hey! Okay. So, what that was for is because in Karoth, honor is of utmost importance. And you looking out for Durden Row is seen by the people that you are talking to
Big
as
honor.
very honorable.
Hell
You
yeah.
get a outside. This is a separate from the sowing dissent thing. But
That's what I
outside
was.
the-
I was rolling for PR.
So, PR and then focusing on the Durden Row thing separately was what that was for.
Gotcha.
So that seems to earn a lot of brownie points, and before too long you have several of the Thunderlances that are like, hey, he's basically a Karothite, right?
Oh, Thunder Lances. So the like important ones.
All of the people here are Thunderlances.
Oh.
Hey.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, this is a thunder. It is the Thunderlances that are performing the exercise, and
Gotcha.
that is why the
So they're in there.
Thunderlances
No,
are
no regular fellas. All right.
Yeah, this is like
All the head
when the-
honchos, the big boys.
when a unit has like a Marine Corps birthday celebration, and that unit moves into the entire bar. That's what this is.
Gotcha. Man, it sucks to be anybody else in the Grothy military who wanted to drink. They're like, oh, we can't even go in the bar.
And there's probably like a couple, but they're having to like shoulder in sideways because this was largely booked out.
Right. Fair enough.
So while that's going on, back to Seraphina. You're discussing, your interest in their culture and their music, and you're asking questions. And after a while, Spiros speaks up. Like, but enough about us. Tell us about yourself. What brings you to the city besides just your passion for music? And where are you from?
I grew up in what's the country that my human parents were from? Koza. So I go, well, I'm originally from Koza. My great uncle lives in the fourth layer here, and unfortunately, my parents were murdered when I was very young. And so my great uncle has taken care of me. You were muted.
I just said I'm sorry to hear that.
Okay. And so I have traveled between Koza and Griffin my entire life, and music has always been a constant.
So I want you to roll me a deception check, but add advantage because the best lies have a hint of truth.
Great.
Hell yeah.
And my deception is actually pretty good. That is a nat 20.
What's the total? I'm curious. Just
20. It's a 24.
24. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fascinating. I have personally been to Koza and I find it a beautiful city. So,
I miss it a lot.
would you like to witness the exercise tomorrow?
I mean, I would be honored. It is an honor to see the work that the Thunderlances do. You're known throughout the entire continent to be the best.
I should make you roll for laying it on a little thick, but we're gonna let it slide this
baby.
time.
Man, everybody likes likes their egos. You know,
I am flirting hard with Alikos, and if it makes him like me more, I'm gonna do it.
Since you seem to have taken an interest in my younger brother, I assumed it would be of interest to you to see him in action. I will be up on the spectator's pedestal, and you may join me if you wish.
You tell me when and where, and I will be there.
There will be many powerful men, but I assure you they are not to be intimidated by. They are just men and women, like you and I. A drink to Alikos and his unit. Shot glasses get filled and passed around. Sorry, nose itches. And to the toast, everyone does a shot. Alikos says, "So you're really going to come and see us then?"
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Excellent. We shall have to work extra hard to put on a good show for you.
I mean, I'm sure that you're already working hard.
Well, of course, but knowing that you are being judged by the eyes of a beautiful woman is all the reason to work harder, yes?
If you say so.
Is there, other than the small talk, it seems like Spiros is just kind of relaxing. He doesn't really input much unless you are asking him anything. As the night wears on, what are you doing?
Oh, I feel very silly and very warm right now.
I'm putting on the spot. Let's go.
No, I think that it's mostly it is just me being very silly and giggly, like, again, laughing at jokes that Alikos says, and at some point I think, because it is a lot, say like, oh, I need to get some air.
Let me take you outside. I will get all these dumbasses to move for you, yes?
That would be wonderful.
He makes a big, like, he's had a few drinks by now, so he's being a little bit silly. He's like, "Make way for the beautiful lady! You! Jim, get out of the way!" You know, kind of, these people all know each other, so it's, makes his way outside. It is a beautiful night. I was afraid it would be raining.
Oh,
It sucks to try and dry out these dress uniforms, you know?
I would imagine so. If it's anything like the bardic clothes that I have.
I'm sure you would look good even were your uniform sopping wet.
You'd think, but mud never becomes a lady. Yeah.
So you truly intend to take up my brother's offer to view the exercise?
I do. I have, like I said, been honestly researching and find it all very fascinating.
I do enjoy my nation, and I am flattered that you've taken an interest in it. I was concerned that you might see my brother as being a bit cold, but I promise you that is just his demeanor. He does like you, I assure you.
I have interacted with all types of folks as a bardic student, and so I never judge, and at first glance, because sometimes it takes a while to warm up to people.
Always a good habit. See, you're more than just easy on the eyes. You're well-spoken and intelligent, too.
I try. But since we're outside and it is like away from prying ears, you
I don't think any of
promised
their
me
ears are prying. They're basically clogged full of ale right now.
fair. But sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of a private conversation between two folks, isn't it?
Of course.
You did promise me to set up a proper date after your display.
Involuntary grin at your words, and of course. So what do you like to do besides, eat and drink with soldiers?
Well, I mean, my life is mostly just studying and practicing, taking care of my uncle, and to be frank, I haven't actually explored much of the city. If you've been here a while, maybe you could just take me on a walkabout, and maybe I can show you where I've been spending most of my time.
Make a day of it, so.
Yeah,
Sounds good. Eat at a few places, see a few things.
yeah.
That should be nice.
Just two regular people.
He is amenable.
Whew.
Yeah, all right?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna tell you, I haven't had to pretend to flirt in a long time, and Serafina is also not good at this, so I'm just warm with the faking. This is a lot.
Fair enough. So,
It's a lot.
Eventually, y'all make y'all's way back inside.
Mm-hmm.
As the night wears on, a couple of the people depart. And it is just you and the Rokides brothers in that back room.
I think.
Are you saying or doing anything else while you're here? I will tell you now, you will have one or more opportunities to be alone with Spiros, as his brother will leave to use the restroom, pick up drinks for you guys, because he's a gentleman and his brother's higher ranking. So with just the three of you in there, that kind of falls to him.
Yeah.
Are you saying or doing anything, or are y'all just letting it ride for the night?
I think what I'll do, if we're just making small talk and stuff, and I think what I'll say is oh man, did you hear about the awful murder that happened on the 4th level the other day? It really frightens me.
Well, yes. What did you hear about this murder?
Well, so as I mentioned, my great uncle is from the 4th level, and so we were just visiting some friends on Durden Row, and happened to come across just sort of the aftermath, that just truly horrifying. A kindly old blacksmith murdered in his establishment, and then I don't know all the details, but something happened near the gate, and it doesn't make me feel safe.
Roll me a insight and a deception check.
Okay.
In that order.
Okay. Insight.
He's the murderer.
Insight is an 18. And deception. Please. Is a 22.
Yo, let's go.
He seemed to visibly stiffen when you said that grisly murder in the 4th layer, but then he seemed to relax when you mentioned a blacksmith murdered in his establishment. Oh, yes, such things are always horrible to hear about. We can only hope the City Watch does their job and catches the culprit.
I hope so, because, there are hardworking people in the 4th layer. And It truly breaks my heart that there are so many people who think that they could take advantage of them.
Make me a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm really good at persuasion.
Feel this humanity. Let's go.
25. 16 plus 9.
He's holding a cup. I say a cup, a glass, because he's not drinking out of wooden cups like the poors. He just kind of looks at it and what little is left in it, and he just says, "My dear, taking advantage of the locals has been what is going on since the governors were installed." And he does not look happy about it.
Well, I can't say that I know and understand the political situation very well. As Alikos might tell you, I didn't even really know who you were at first until he told me. But yes, I do know that there are people who are suffering.
Those people are the city of Griffin. Don't you forget it. He polishes off the last ounce or two of whatever was in his glass.
I think at that, if there's a clock somewhere, or I just do the like,
Well, after finishing his drink, as when he stands, I believe I will be taking my leave. It was excellent to meet you, and I will see you on the morrow. Alikos sets the glass down, like half-assedly salutes his brother, makes his way out.
I turn to Alikos and gently touch his arm and go, I should actually be going. I'm sure that my uncle would be wondering where I have been all evening. And I don't want anybody to get any ideas. So.
Oh, of course. Let's go find him.
Yes.
He bullies his way through the crowd to get to the rest of the party, who is probably got quite a group of people that are like, ah, yes, these big iron men is actually Karoth. He says he does not know where he's from, so I mean, like, he might as well be from Karoth, right?
That sounds like that makes sense to me.
He speaks Karothi. He knows all
I
the
mean-
customs.
Yeah.
Guys,
He's honorable.
I make the very big display of, oh, I'm feeling faint, Uncle. Should we go home?
But of course, my dear, if you are feeling unwell, then first we must will time.
Not unwell, just
Sorry.
like tired.
Oh, a
Do you
tile.
need an
I'm
escort home? Oh, okay.
No, I have my dear Roderick. I have my uncle. I do appreciate it. But you also have to get some rest for your display tomorrow, right?
Of course, that is why I've been taking it somewhat easy on the drinking. Well, I will not see you on tomorrow, but you will see me, so don't judge me too harshly. Have a great evening.
Goodbye, stinky man.
What? Do not, guy. I think he bathes. I mean, he looks quite clean.
All you can smell is beer anyway.
Everybody's stinky, even you.
I give the
Zach.
look to everybody of like, let's go. I have things to tell you.
Did we
No,
see
like an
Spiros
evil
walk
pet.
out? Did he just like
Yeah, if y'all were watching,
beeline
you would
out?
see- I didn't beeline out. You know, he like spoke to an officer here. You know, clapped someone on the shoulder here as he made his way out.
Right. Of course, yes. If we must go, then it is. I mean, it is already late. So let us go. Roderick, say goodbye to all your new friends.
I will use thaumaturge and go,
All right, everyone, good night. It was lovely meeting you all.
Damn!
but do so in Karothi. Or is it Karth? Whatever the language is named.
Karothi.
Corrosive. There you go. I'll have to say it in that language.
Yeah, that right there.
Mhm.
The drunk yelling, yeah!
Yeah, there's a lot of enthusiasm all the way around.
Yeah.
Love it.
Y'all can
Yeah.
make y'all's way.
So, as soon as we are away from everybody, I go, okay, friends.
Did you convince him that the path that he is currently walking is bad?
Oh, we don't have to convince him. He doesn't like this situation either.
So, alright. That is good.
Also, I may have mentioned that there was a murder, and
Okay.
there was a hot minute where he got worried, and then when I said it was the blacksmith, he calmed down, but he also very clearly knows about the murder of the night bastards. So I don't think we'll have too much trouble convincing him. It's just a matter of figuring out how we're going to do that. And I don't know how, but his brother likes me a lot, so that helps.
That is good. The problem I see is that if he is already sympathetic, but is still doing what he is doing, it may be harder to convince him. If he is still willing to perform his duties, even if he thinks that what he is doing is wrong.
Yeah. The other thing is, tomorrow I'm going to be watching this whole giant parade
Oh,
with a lot of fancy people. I don't know who,
alright.
but I will turn on my listening ears and hopefully they'll just like ignore me and talk freely. So,
Do you think if we were able to get Altons to, like, the ones that attacked Appy, to come to this celebration and start attacking us again, but in the middle of their camp, in front of everybody, do you think maybe that would help us?
so maybe I did invite Alikos on a walkabout, just as two normal people, and I'm going to take him to the fourth layer. And I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but maybe they'll be still looking for Apollinaire. And I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? If the Altons make a move to cause trouble and one of like a Thunderlance actually is affected, I think that'll change Spiros's mind, because we already know that there's a tenuous piece between the two of them. I don't know. I don't know. This is all a lot, guys.
We could set up both. I mean, if
Yeah.
a Thunderlance is attacked and then they are causing trouble in the camp, that I feel would upset them enough to cause something to happen, be it they leave or...
Well, I don't want Alikos to get attacked. He's
You
not
like
terrible.
him.
I'm just gonna put this out there. It is not just the presence of the Thunderlances that getting rid of Spiros is supposed to be about. Spiros is the de facto commander, not just for the Thunderlances,
For
but
everybody.
also for all of the forces serving as Griffin's soldiers,
Mhm.
which are just a conglomeration of Zoridi, Karothi, and Alton soldiers wearing Griffin tabards because of his strategic qualities.
It occurs to me, I mean, all of the Thunderlances, the soldiers themselves, they seemed quite fond of Roderick and his actions in assisting Jordan Law. If you have Spiros's ear, perhaps you could convince, maybe not the Thunderlances, but convince them to allocate some off-duty
soldiers to perhaps keep an eye on Zero
I
in
don't know
case
if I could.
is a repeat.
I don't know if I could do that with Spiros, but I do think that I have charmed Alikos enough that as we get closer, he might be willing to ask some of his buddies to
Right.
make walkabouts on the basically I think that we just need to put the Karathi military against right now the Altans, and get it to the point where it's showing and proving that they are being unhonorable and we are all being honorable, that it will be the straw that breaks the camel's back, and that Spiros washes his hands of this.
If the Altans hear that the Colossi are protecting people that have harbored a demon from their perspective, then I'm sure that they will not be very happy about it. And if the Colossi are convinced that Roderick is honorable and good and not a demon, then they will probably take issue to any attacks on their person or on their own honor. Yes. I
Right.
think
No,
that is a good idea.
I think ultimately we are undermining the tenuous peace that they brokered, so that we can get Spiros to leave. Because I can't kill him. Talked with too much.
If not,
I
I mean,
mean-
from,
If you're trying to convince Spiros, he might just be doing the job because he's, on about to do it, right?
correct.
But if he might be honor bound to do it now, but if we can prove to him that the honor of everybody else is lacking to the point where if that his mere actions, just being passive, is creating dishonor, that might be, like I said, the thing that makes him go, I can no longer just sit. Because not doing something is, in fact, being a part of the problem and being dishonorable. So I think that we need to lean into this honor thing. We need to lean into the fact that we know that he doesn't like this situation.
As well does Valentine.
Right.
Do you think they've ever met?
I don't know. And I mean, if I can build up some trust, a little bit more trust, maybe we can get Valentine Pascal to talk with Spiros in a way. But it's too risky right now.
Oh, yeah, we could just invite him over. I mean,
I think so.
I think we could get him on our side. It'll be easy.
Yeah. Roderick, do you think that we could use your blacksmith's friend who was murdered's house as our de facto house? Because technically I told Alikos that Apollinaire and I live in the 4th layer.
I did live in the
Obviously-
4th layer.
Yeah, but your stuff got burned down, friend.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Wow. It's only been like 2 weeks. You just rubbing that salt right in the
Oh.
wound.
I mean, couldn't you kind of just use that to garner more sympathy, right? You guys been
Well-
living in a hotel. Because his place has burned down. He's double poor. No offense.
Well, maybe the reason why I knew about it is because your friend was being kind and being honorable and having us stay at the house. I'm trying to pull at straws here.
It is fine. I mean, it is quite alright. I mean, we can just be honest. There was a recent disaster. My establishment
Burned
was
down.
burned down.
Yep.
And currently between figuring out what to do.
Yeah.
And leaning on the kindness of my neighbors, which is true.
True. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I could probably find us a place to stay in Dirt Grove if we needed to, but I mean, maybe not a blacksmith.
I mean, ultimately, I just need to be able to make it believable that we have been living in the fourth layer.
I mean, I can introduce you to some people. They're really nice.
Yeah, I know. We know Zell is easy enough. There are plenty of people to know.
Right. Okay. All right, friends. I am very tired. Can we go to the Seven Jesters?
Of course.
When we get back, I need to talk to the three of you.
Of course, Guy.
All right, yeah.
Surely.
We get to the Seven Jesters.
It's unmolested.
Good.
Except for
right.
the Knight of the Circle that's waiting on your doorstep.
Oh God!
But he's friendly.
Yeah.
I'd be really confused.
But the other 5 aren't.
Oh.
The charm person's still going somehow.
Woo!
Oh, sorry.
All right. I'm going to keep attempting to suppress the Watchers until they fuck off. Because it says it doesn't use it up until it's a successful suppression. So I'll just keep
All right.
rolling. Doesn't work on the first one.
They seem irate.
Doesn't work on the second one. Doesn't work on the fourth.
Yeah,
third one.
Can anybody assist with suppressing the Watchers?
Works on the fourth one. So it takes about 4 minutes of me going, Hex, fuck off. Fuck.
They are visibly agitated by the end, but they finally vanish.
Okay. I have about an hour before they come back.
It is all.
And she's going to take out the 3 notes that she wrote, pass them out to everybody. Do not open them. Roderick, look at Seraphina's. It is paper. I need Seraphina. I need you to take my collar off. I cannot.
Okay. I run up to my balcony, grab a knife, come down, and
She just puts her hand up. There are clasps in the back.
oh, you could have told me that before I went upstairs.
Isn't it like a solid collar? Like a
It's
metal collar?
It's a solid collar with a bow on it.
Oh.
Okay, so I guess I unclasp it. Would
Yeah.
be more fun to cut it off.
Explodes.
But as you're unclasping it, you can hear Gaia preparing. Just breathing really deep and grabbing onto the edge of the table.
Gaia, is something bad going to happen when this is well moved?
Yes, but you need to see it.
All right.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of reach out to one of her hands that's grabbing like the side of the thing and just kind of in my good hand, just kind of like, well, let's see if it just
All right. Before
as hard
that,
as
then
yours.
before that, then I am going to give you a hug, give you a kiss on the cheek, and that will be a bardic. So I don't know what it is, but like, it's like okay.
Does
It's coming,
Gaius
but we prepared for it.
does Gaius seem like this will cause her danger?
Maybe not physical.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Gaia, I'm gonna count to 3, and on 3, I'll undo it. 1, 2, 3, and I undo it.
Immediately you can see Gaia tenses up, grabbing onto the table, and trying to stay focused. I need you to open the note. This is the name of my master. I had to take the collar off so she didn't know what I was doing.
I open it. I open the note and I show Roderick.
Gaia is now down on her knees, digging her nails into the table. Okay. Put this back on, please.
Yeah. Close up the notes, and then I clasp it on.
So would you like to share what was in the notes, or would you like me to?
In the note, 3 words. Aya the Ancient.
Does that ring any kind of bells for anybody of any kind?
Roll me a knowledge history check. At disadvantage.
Super disadvantage. Okay.
Okay. At disadvantage, it's only a 5.
Roderick, roll me a knowledge history check.
Oh shit, me too. At disadvantage?
No.
Who
Oh,
all got
shit.
to roll? Clarify real quick.
I rolled. I
You?
only got a 5.
You were rolling at disadvantage. Seraphina would be rolling at disadvantage. Roderick is rolling at straight roll.
17 for me. At disadvantage.
You have not heard of her.
Fuck.
Does not ring a bell.
17 plus 1.
Sounds
18?
familiar.
Oh.
You're not sure why. It's just like, wait a minute. kind of
So
thing.
I have gotten down on the floor and I am holding Gaia. I've taken my skirts and I'm like actually holding, like physically, you are cocooned.
Once the
Roderick. Go ahead.
once the collar goes back on, like the clasps link together, instant relief, but Gaia just is limp in your arms.
Yeah, no.
You can tell that it's taken a toll.
Roderick, the sensation is similar to like when you receive a Facebook friend request from someone you don't know, but you think you might have gone to high school with them. That kind of thing.
Okay. I got you. Well,
A strong but ambiguous familiarity.
I needed you all to see that as we are getting in more danger.
What?
If I was told 3 things before I left, one of which was that I am not ever allowed to take my collar off myself. And if I do, this happens, and I it's not pain, it is a horrible itching, and I mean it is almost pain. Sorry. But I cannot do anything until it goes back on. It is torture. So if I wanted you to know, in case that ever happened in battle, I don't know why somebody would try to take my collar off, but if they did, and she is able to make me do things. I don't know if she can see through my eyes with it. I would assume not, since she has the cats, but...
What you mean she's got the cats?
Hex and Charm.
Right.
I
Thought
think
those were
it's
your
just
cats.
cats. They are not mine. They were given to me.
So you got this master that's got you on a collar, and it can make you do what you want to do and spies on you and stuff.
Yes. She...
Where are they?
I do not know. When I was told 3 things when I left. That I was not to take the collar off, I was to take the 2 cats with me, and that she would come for me when she needed me. And then they drugged me, put the bag over my head, and I woke up in Biowan, in the outside of the library.
Where was that?
It was not too long ago. At most a year.
All right.
She had me. It felt like eternity, but obviously I did not grow too much. A couple of years.
So, I mean, what happened to get you in this predicament?
My parents died, and magic is not too common, and so I guess I played too many pranks, and the word spread to her ears, and she sent people to find me. And she used me to hurt people for information because she wanted to, because she needed something to pass the time. Whatever she needed me to do, I did. And then I was no longer needed, and she sent me away until I'm needed again. But it is not important. I figured you should know about the color.
I'm still holding you and like petting down your hair, like running my fingers through it, like trying to be as soothing and calming, and like I put my arms around you and just hold you and go, "You're wanted. You're wanted. You are our friend." And I don't know who this person is, but it'll be over my dead body before she takes you away from us. So
that is what I am afraid of.
Don't be afraid. We're here.
So as you guys are walking back to the Seven Jesters, having had a pretty touching revelation from Gaia, and comforting Gaia the rest of the way home, at a certain point, the cat's returning, looking irritable, but they do return. You guys make it back to the Seven Jesters, and once again, you have Valentine Pascal standing at the war table and you'll come in. Oh, thank God. I was starting to wonder when you would get back. One of our safe houses has been invaded.
Oh God.
Oh, that's not good.
Several people have been killed, and we were forced to retaliate. We managed to take out the raiding party. It only consisted of a few watch members, but the first strikes in this conflict have been openly made. And that is where we're going to go for the end of the session. So, thank you guys for joining us for episode 8 of Blood and Silver as the conflict escalates in this rebellion.
So bad.
So, as always, we are continuing to try and raise money for Children's Healthcare of Atlanta in combination with, or in partnership with, I suppose is a better term, Extra Life charity. If someone could go ahead and put a link in chat for me. And don't forget to join us this Saturday and every Wednesday. As a Saturday is our Cross Eberron campaign with some new faces, and some of these faces, the present but not present Jonesy DMing that one. I being a player, Ian as Apollinaire being a player but not as Apollinaire,
That's what you think.
Kent as not Roderick. That's what I. Oh, okay. Apparently I'm wrong. Apollinaire is somewhere in across
Plot
Eberron.
twist.
Interdimensional.
But yeah, definitely catch us on Saturday. About said Saturday. Catch us next Wednesday for more of this hopefully very peaceful and entirely political Blood and Silver campaign. Thank you guys very much. We'll catch you next time. We're going to be rating. What are we rating? Ink and Liar. So stick
Hell
around.
yeah.
They're surely to be almost as cool as we are, but not as cool because we're the best, of course. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you next time.
Find us on Facebook,
Bye. No.
WhatsApp,
Shut the fuck up.
Stop.
Shut the fuck up.
MySpace.
Shut the fuck up.